so I can do marketing.
Bam. We're gonna talk about you.
Yeah.
You. Zenless Zone Zero is another big topic
What?
at hand.
Some other shit. Didn't some Nintendo shit happen this week?
Some Microsoft stuff happened and Game Pass. We're gonna talk about Game Pass a bit. What's good, y'all? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Hello, hello. Look who's that right below me. Look at this. Justin looking different.
He always wanted to grow out his hair.
Oh, what's good, y'all? Yeah, no Justin today. No Justin today. We are joined by the homie, our special guest, Groovy Kaiju. The homie Aaron. What's good?
Yo. Nothing much, man. Just posting this Instagram story so you get some people to pull up.
Hey, man.
Oh, heck yeah.
To the socials. But how's everybody doing this fine Sunday? What's good, y'all? Hope everybody's been having a good weekend. I have been having a busy one. I am tired, but we here to have a good time.
Oh yeah.
Staying cool and hydrated.
Right?
Yep. Oh, I got to turn the AC off. Speaking of that, gotta stay not cool for the audio recording.
Hey, man. You good for right now. Take this. Bro, Chase, right? I get it. Yes, it is, bro. Cam is Deontay's accountability buddy now.
Or maybe he's gonna have to be mine.
Oh, man.
This point.
Even Jawan's hold. I love how the boys are reacting the exact same way I was. Because I was watching him play in the background, but I didn't quite realize what it was. And then a cutscene happened, and it just zoomed in. I was like, is that 14? My boy? Dede, you are so excited right now, bro. This is your man's right here, Dede. This is your man.
We finally get to use that positively.
Oh, bro, the entire show. The entire show, that's all I was saying. My brother's losing his shit. He's enjoying the show. I'm over here. See that dude right there on stage? That's your man's. Enjoy that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It was a fun show, dude. I had a blast.
It was great.
My one of my favorite moments is the first song I played was like a remix of the Chobits intro. Y'all ever watch Chobits?
Yes.
And there was this one girl in the front. She was super sick, and as soon as I played it, she like lost it. Just immediately recognized it and like just was in the front singing every word. I was like, oh,
Love
sick.
that.
Bro, that was
Yeah.
that was me as soon as you started playing. What was it first? You played Sanctuary first, right?
Yeah, I played Sanctuary first.
I
yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
this nigga is a Kingdom Hearts psychopath too. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
We know what it is.
Yeah.
We know what it is around here. It's a sickness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's a crazy person too. Bet.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for in the chat. Is that Deshaun?
That
in the
is.
chat? Nice, dude. Thank you for the Kingdom Hearts Mrs. Roulette. What's
See,
it called? But yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. I grew up on it. Kingdom Hearts is it's that, dude. It's
That
fucking...
right over here behind the Pikachu, that entire that's the Kingdom Hearts corner right there. It's all Kingdom
Nice.
Hearts shite. The Keyblade's right there. It's yeah.
Yeah, I got my Keyblade in the closet.
See, keep it
Man,
ready.
while y'all doing your keyblades like this, one in the corner, one in the closet, be
I
proud.
can't. Yeah, true.
This one's right
Got it.
here.
Me
The
everywhere.
other one's in the closet, okay? I keep two of them things on me.
Oh man. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is. Sometimes it's a game, sometimes it's a lifestyle, sometimes it's the thing that keeps us up at night waiting for something, just any crumb of something new.
Yeah,
I'm in the last section.
yeah.
I try to
I'm
be
excited.
cool about it, but I get passionate. Passionate.
Yeah.
He's a psychopath. Don't get it twisted.
I was sending Darren messages and photos of flowers, and that sounds sweet until you realize it's all Kingdom Hearts related, and I was talking theories and shit. Be like, so Strelitzia, you know what that plan is, right? Have you seen the shape of it? What is Marluxia's weapon?
Groovy Kaiju on stream, Deontay on 14. What a time. We're on the good timeline.
All of that, and Cam's a honky.
We have,
We haven't come up with a
Clarification on what
name
this
for
means.
Zenless Zone Zero players yet.
I th-
I just called it Honky Star Rail, so
But
you
it's
know.
honky, it's yeah. Same universe.
Hoyoversian.
Hoyoverse. Hoyoversian. Nah, that's not as funny. We gotta think of something else.
Amen. But alright, but we gon' just get straight into things. Not the Zonky Zone. Oh man. Maybe. They're onto something. We could workshop that.
You off the Zonkies?
Off the Zonks.
Deontay, is this remote play or no?
Are you asking me these weird questions, bro?
Why is that a weird question?
He hasn't. Yes, it is remote
Okay.
play.
Cool. I'm just saying, it be looking buttery smooth. You out here spreading the gospel, bro. I see you. They need to pay you, dog.
I'm telling you, once
Nah,
he
bro,
gets,
when it's bad, it's bad.
No,
I
but we
say
never
that.
see it. We never see it when it's
we
bad,
don't.
though. It's
Yeah, I do on the portal
That's
though,
fine.
bro. Because sometimes even with 14, I'm like, oof, I don't. A lot's going
Nah,
on. It's too
bro.
much, but
It was a couple of streams ago where it was just not good whatsoever, and I was feeling as bad as my stream looked. It's a pretty bad thing. But no, it's working out. For anyone who doesn't know, the HDMI port of my PlayStation 5 is broken, so I've been using remote play for my PlayStation 4 to play my PlayStation 5, and it's been working out.
so mind you, with him saying all this, when we run Tekken Tuesday and Deontay's there, he's playing Tekken remote play. He's not. So his shit is
That's rough.
is lagging a bit, and he still be fucking niggas up. So I'm actually terrified of when he finally gets his shit fixed or another PlayStation and plays Tekken from there, because then he'll actually be playing how he's supposed to and not just ugh.
Yeah. There are times when I just have to like back off because everything turns into pixels for a second. And I'm like, okay, what I'm gonna do? What I want to do? Ah, fuck it, just swing. Just swing.
Just swing.
Music is good this year,
Music is
bro.
good this year.
Music is really good this year.
Yeah, this year's been ridiculous for music.
Just all around. Who do I need to come back? Since everybody's coming back, who do I need to come back?
Wait, are we talking video game music or just music in general?
Music in general.
Music in general.
Oh, music in general. Yeah, the new
Yeah.
Kate Shonada album's crazy.
It's
It
fire.
is. Oh
It's
my
so
god,
good.
that's probably one of my favorite albums of the year.
Yeah. Us in LA right now. We're having a brat summer. I know it's quite random considering the group, but Charlie XCX's new album is crazy.
I haven't heard it.
I haven't heard
Yeah.
it either.
Yeah, it's a brat summer. Get on it, dude.
Okay, I dig Charlie.
Yeah, and then Kendrick, of course,
Natural.
Of course, Kendrick.
absolutely destroying it.
Mhm.
Filmed the
Destroying
Not
it.
Like Us video out here. That was sick.
Did you happen to be
I'm
a part of that
still-
nonsense?
I wish, dude. I was thinking about it. I tried to go to the pop out, but like
I
literally it
wish
sold
I
out
would've
within
done that.
seconds.
Yeah, the same. I was gonna take off the next day from work so I could go out there, and those tickets just sucked up.
Yeah, it was instantly like $1,200 per ticket. I was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called?
Those resellers ate.
Yeah. And they just made like a mural on the Thames he filmed the music video at, so I want to go see that.
Oh, I saw.
I might
think
go today.
Saw it on TikTok.
Yeah. I get there in like 20 minutes, so I might just go check it out.
This man got 2 different restaurants in 2 countries profiting off of this disc. Heavy. I like it.
Yeah.
And
What else have I listened to? Listen to the Sonic soundtrack. I listen to a lot of New Jeans. New Jeans has been killing it.
which Sonic soundtrack.
Oh, listen. Oh, Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of
Even
course,
new. Just
always in
okay.
rotation.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say because I always have Sonic music in my rotation, but it just depends on what it is, right? So
Mhm.
I found that Crush 40 did a lot of the Sonic songs that they didn't do in game, they just did versions of just because. So I found those songs and shit. I was like, oh, this is like post Sonic Adventure 2 music with Sonic Adventure 2 sounds. And
Mm,
I ate off that for a while. Um,
nice.
Streets of Rage 4,
Mm.
that soundtrack, both that and the DLC, the Mr. X's Nightmare soundtrack, both great. T Lopes did the Mr. X's Nightmare by himself. He just soloed that one. And fucking the feels, man, the feels. All in my retro beat 'em up feels.
The music in ZZZ is really good too.
It is. It's funky. That's like the first thing I noticed about that game was the music. I was like, okay, I can dig this.
Yeah, it's like, let me just leave it on this screen and chill. Kind of good.
Right.
That's 14 with Dawn Trail, all the different remixes and like motifs of like the main Dawn Trail theme, like in the main city. It's like a jazz version of the song.
Oh, that's sick.
And because it's like Dawn Trail is so like South America, like meso like inspirations between a lot of their stuff. Like you hear just so many Spanish guitars and everything, and it's like I'm like this is the same sound, but it's
God.
they're switching it so many different genres and ways, and I'm just like this is
That's great.
so good. Music is good. Bro.
Anime. My whole theme. I've been talking about it for weeks, but anime themes of animes I'm never gonna watch. That's been my shit recently. Is themes of animes that I'm never gonna watch.
Like Mashal.
Oh,
No, Mashal's very
100%.
good.
Mashal's very
Mashal's
good.
good.
You're not gonna
Yeah.
watch Mashal?
I'm not.
Why?
I'm not. I'm
It's
not.
so good
It
though.
is. It is
100%
really
Not
good.
gonna watch that.
I thought you were gonna say like a bad show.
No, I'm not. It's not even
Even
a bad
Dede,
show.
why?
I'm just not gonna watch it. I just know I'm not gonna watch it.
But why?
It's just not my hype.
Oh man.
But it seems cool.
It's great.
I feel like it's one of those that I'm gonna watch a handful of episodes of and fall out of.
Did you
And
like Mob Psycho or no? That wasn't your jam either.
I thought it was okay. I thought Mob
Okay.
Psycho was okay. But like,
Okay.
so I watched Mob Psycho because I already watched Psyche K.
Okay.
And it was like, oh, this will. If you like this, you'll like this. And it was like, what I liked about Psyche K wasn't there.
Mm.
Mob Psycho was about emotions and growing.
Yeah,
secretly,
Mob Psycho was
secretly
about-
underneath the psychic and bombast is be like, oh, this kid's growing up before our eyes and making his own decisions after being a timid little boy.
Psyche K is just about a jaded ass character just trying to hide how powerful he was.
Yeah.
Mob
And
is
that
about
is-
I'm powerful, but I don't want to use this. I could do it.
It's
But I
like,
want
in
to
that
do it
sense,
for
it's
me
like,
and be me.
I enjoyed that for the same reason I enjoyed, the Chinese version, Daily Life of the Immortal King.
Mm.
It's the same show.
They all are to
But-
an extent.
Yes, it's super invincible person who has reality bending powers, but he's just trying to keep that shit low key because he doesn't want to be bothered.
Feel that.
They were fun. But it's also, there's a lot of anime out there, right? And a lot of the times I'm looking for something specific to fit a specific feeling, right? So it took me a while to find something like Windbreaker, and I loved when Windbreaker dropped. You guys can hear me, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
One of my
Yeah.
screens cut. So I needed something to fill that void. You know what I mean? Same thing with Kaiju number 8. Amazing.
I'm on like episode 3 of that.
Very
Oh,
good.
I still need to watch it. Like I'm caught up in the manga, and I'm like, yeah, this shit's fat. So
Yeah, I'm on that Demon Slayer hype. That's my shit.
That
The
last,
I
Demon
love
Slayer?
Demon Slayer.
that last episode was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Michael Jackson, dude.
Oh,
Unstoppable.
bro.
Yeah.
I was
That
telling them
motherfucker's
like
still around?
that second to last episode into the last episode is the most fire sequence, bro. Just
Oh,
the
Yeah.
walk,
do
Yeah.
you watch One Piece?
big energy.
Yeah. One Piece
you-
is something I haven't committed to yet. My little brother watched all of it, but I can't. 600 episodes. I don't know, man. I wouldn't be here if I was still. I'd still be watching One Piece. You know what I mean?
my brother, just read the manga and be happy. Pace it yourself.
The truth.
You're talking to two different demons right now. when it
Yeah,
comes to
I'm
One
like
Piece.
both anime and manga caught up, and he caught up just watching the anime, and he's still like anime only, but he still
I'm-
like has gone through it, and I'm like, yeah,
I caught up so fast, and
I'm so proud. It's beautiful.
it's nasty because I was afraid of becoming this much of a fan. It's like Kingdom Hearts level with me. There's Darren was counting
It's
on.
an inevitability that people don't want to think will happen because there's so many goddamn episodes and chapters. It's like, I ain't got time for all that. No, but once you're caught up, you're gonna be like, damn, I'm
want more.
caught up.
I want more.
Fuck.
Yeah, it I think that's the worst part. Once you start late, you have 1,000+ episodes, and it feels like something that's just always there until it's not. Until you run out, and you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that was my cup. So like, I understood once I got caught up. I understood why people started over. Before, I thought that was fucking insane. I was like, go watch something else. What's wrong with you? But I understood once I caught up. No, this is something you have watched so much of, and you could count on just always being content there. And now we've run out of new content to watch. So, damn.
What do you think
But-
the One Piece is gonna be?
Oh, I don't know, bro. They,
It's gonna be
I'm
something
so-
so simple, but something so much more than what everybody thinks.
man.
I think it's gonna be the friends we made along the way.
No, no, it's not. Goddamn
Oda
it, we
has
know it's an
already
actual
said-
thing.
Oda
We
has
know it's an
already
actual
said
thing.
that he hates endings like that, and he promises that the One Piece is an actual thing and not the friends we made along the way. And I think he said that as damage control because he knew after 1,000+ episodes, niggas would burn his house down. But
it is something tangible that can be found, but also something that found too early doesn't matter.
I'm sure it doesn't matter. I'm sure it's just symbol for something, right?
You
You're-
welcome. Yes, there's a Mr. Kaiju in chat. Yeah. Speaking of anime, my dear friend is perfect if you want to laugh and brain rot, bro. Yeah, that one clip that I didn't even know that you watched that, Chase. But watching the clip, I'm like, this is the most Chase shit I've ever seen. He's like, oh yeah, it's great. So it's this,
All right.
I guess, deer anime where I guess one of the characters is like a half human, half deer. And I don't know. Like, it seems like some random just anime bullshit. But like, just turn your brain off and you're like, things are happening.
There is a dear Jesus.
Deer.
I think I've seen this, or I've seen the trailer. Someone
I'm gonna.
recommended this to me after I played the game Dear God, and I kept talking about it.
Wait, is that old?
No, I just keep talking about Dear God.
Okay. Oh, okay, bet.
It's
I'm gonna.
a good game. It's nice and calm.
This is the opening, and it's so the reason why I mentioned this is because the opening reached 10 million views already in 6 days.
Damn.
So,
Wow.
It's in the.
That's like a Mr. Beast video.
Put that in
Alright.
the Discord chat, and I'm just gonna put it in the Twitch chat just for all y'all, in case y'all don't know.
Chase, what is it about you and recommending things that involve human animal hybrids? because he also recommended that one
Oh.
horror movie. What was the name of it again? Goat or sheep? What's the name of that movie, Chase, that you told me to watch? And it's like, I think, oh, Lamb. There we go.
I think you didn't watch it.
I haven't seen it, no. But he showed me like a trailer or something. That shit look weird as fuck.
Oh, made a Dragon Ball flip?
Yeah, dude. So another song. So this is my homie from like we've been friends for like ever. And yeah, once I went to their place and they you know the original like Dragon Ball the intro where it's like some super alien. He
Oh,
did the
God.
wildest flip of it. It's like I would have played it at the show if we had it, but we made it years ago and it's been
Mhm.
stuck on the computer. And I saw it recently and I was like, send me those stems, dog. I'm trying to play that show. It
Yeah.
goes wild.
See, now it's got to happen. Now you got to make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna make it happen.
Parker, I
Right
see you,
here,
dog.
recorded live.
It's on wax
Yeah.
now. I will clip this. God damn it.
Yeah, they're a dope producer as well.
Welcome. Thank you for coming through, supporting the homie.
Yeah. So some gaming news going on, right? Now I'm just curious what the gaming news is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so so we'll start off we'll probably start off with that stuff just to get it out the way cuz it's not too much, and then just dive into
Okay.
your video game influences that I see you have, how you got into music. Like I said, the boys are into music and everything too, so I know these conversations can go many
Sick.
different ways. And then yeah, we just going to talk shit and just have a good time, bro.
Nice. Dope.
We chill, casual here. Cameron tends to like to ask them hard-hitting journalistic questions that nobody be thinking about. It makes you go, oh.
Oh, nice. I like those questions, yeah. Like while we're at it, if anyone can answer this, what's like your first memory? Like when you think far back as you can.
My
I
first
actually have
memory.
an infant memory of being held by my grandfather and being bottle fed. I could describe the room, and it freaked my
That's
adults in my family
wild,
out.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah, I
it's
have a homie that
jumping
Go for it.
Chucky
You go
at
first.
Chuck E. Cheese when I was like 2.
Doing what
Jump,
with
like-
Chuck?
Yeah.
fight or like
Yeah. So like you're at Chuck E. Cheese, like the mouse showed up, doing his thing. I guess I got scared and I jumped on him. My earliest memories is going to the mouse.
Damn, you might want to talk to someone about that, dog.
Man, gain consciousness in a moment of stress.
you were like, all's my life I had to fight.
The fights as he can remember, quite literally.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know what mine is actually. Absolute earliest. It's probably not something good. If I was to like really think back, it would probably be something traumatizing. Just being real. But yeah, I can't think right now off the top of my
What do you mean, Father
worries.
Christmas isn't real?
head.
Not Father Christmas. You don't have.
Yeah, mine is, I just remember being at my like childhood home, and everything was super mega tall because we had vaulted ceilings. But since you're a kid, it's like way taller. Like I feel like I was like in an infinity room, and my aunt was like, "Do you want to go out to eat at Hometown Buffet?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna go out to eat the Hometown Buffet."
Hometown.
That's just being super excited to get some unlimited chocolate milk. That's my first memory.
Hometown used to be the shit though.
Those bread rolls.
Yeah.
See,
Like,
me.
I'm thinking,
The quality of pizza didn't matter when you were a kid.
Oh yeah,
Pizza was
pizza was pizza.
Golden Corral
Yeah.
at the top is the top tier buffet though. I put
Isn't
that
it?
over Hometown. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been inside of a Golden Corral.
I don't.
I
think
live
so
right
either.
next to one. I've never been. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. You should
And now
check
that I
it.
know this, I gotta verify this information. Yeah.
We used to go after show. It's pretty good.
I'm sorry, I'm looking through IGN articles. I can't believe I missed this one. Anime gives trucks a bad reputation, says transportation manager.
Oh, bro, I saw that. I saw that. Because you know how the isekai machine is
Oh
Truck-kun, right? There's even I don't know what anime it is, but like basically breaks down. Oh, were you hit by a truck? Oh, welcome. Trucks are magical devices that teleport you to another world to restart your life. If you're having a bad life and don't enjoy it, Truck Coon will find you and send you somewhere like here. It's like, it's meta now.
It is meta.
Scene goes,
These
nigga, what is this
guys-
traumatizing shit that you're sharing, Dede?
That's they teased it in Uncle from Another World.
Late night trying to get some water. You don't remember that, Darren? You
Fuck
never saw
no.
the ghost?
Fuck
It
no.
was never a ghost, Dede. It was Darren.
It was a prank.
Trying to get some water at 3 years
here's-
old.
It's just Darren glistening in the light of the TV.
There we go. There we go. Settle that in.
Settle that in. This is just the intro to every Exorcist anime MC. But me and my brother and dad got kicked out of a hometown before. It was funny.
Why? What'd y'all do?
We were throwing Jello cubes at each other.
Mm.
We just had the
That'll
cubes
do
of
it.
Jello and then just
He said that would do it.
Yeah.
and we were just all three of us just chucking cubes at each other and
I
shit.
thought this was gonna be one of those. I can't believe they did that stories. Now it's like, no, I 100% believe they did that.
He's like, that's justified.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kicked your ass out too.
I would have given y'all the lifetime ban.
It don't matter. They ain't around no more. Whatever. They got the lifetime ban.
Are they shut down?
When was the
Yeah,
last time you saw a hometown?
When
I think that same one of mine.
Wasn't it pre-pandemic?
Pre-pandemic, they were starting to go even before then.
I could see how buffet business could not survive a pandemic. I mean, everybody's touching everything.
Mm-hmm. If there's still a hometown near you, bro, it's one of the survivors.
How does a
No,
buffet
I
work in a
haven't seen one
pandemic?
in years. So
Mhm.
Evo, now that I think about it.
Hometown Buffett.
I'm having a hard time finding one. Yeah, I think you're onto something. Oh yeah, they filed for bankruptcy a year ago or a couple years
wow.
ago.
Yep.
That's sad. No more bread rolls.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what I
man.
heard it is back though? Is making a comeback. Pizza Hut buffets.
Yes.
Remember when Pizza Hut used to
Pizza
be there?
Hut, Round Table,
back,
all those
yeah.
buffets are back now. Yeah. Like the salad bars and stuff like that are opening back up.
Mhm. Yeah.
Nice.
The only reason I actually go there and chill is like, sit down, have a beer, get some salad and all that, good
Yeah.
time.
Which one do you go to? Round Table or Mountain
Round Table.
Mike's?
Yeah.
Okay. Mountain Mike's has a decent one too.
I was never a fan of Mountain Mike's like that. I think it's just because I don't like having hella toppings on my pizzas, so.
Okay. I do. I'm that guy.
I'ma just get pepperoni, and Mountain Mike's has the little suction cup pepperoni. I like those.
Now you pair that with a place that does hot honey, and the cups kind of like hold the honey. They like cup the honey. Oh, bro, it's crack.
Honey?
You never tasted the hot honey pizza? When Pizza Hut was doing it for like, it's like a thing. Hot honey pizza is a thing, right? Maybe not here, but in
Maybe not here.
But Pizza Hut.
Here he fucking goes.
Pizza.
Oh.
No, I don't mean not in this country, bro. I mean not. I mean not in the Bay Area.
Cheerio.
Pip Cheerio looking ass, stupid.
But no, Pizza Hut started doing it for a limited time, and I was like, "Oh, I've heard all this shit about hot honey pizza. I'm gonna try it, bro. That shit was crack. I was so sad when they stopped doing it. It was so good. It's like slightly spicy. I think it's like honey and habanero or something. So it's like
Okay,
spicy,
that sounds kinda good.
sweet. Yeah, it's really good.
Hot honey is slowly becoming a mainstay at a lot of stuff. Alright, I guess. Sounds interesting to
Bomb.
me.
Wingstop got the hot honey wings. So good.
Is it? See, now I'm getting hungry.
I'm reminiscing about these
Talk about
wings.
food.
So I looked it up on Reddit, and one of the top comments is, "I had that hot honey pizza every week, 3 times a week for 2 months straight."
I believe it. If I would have known that they were gonna get rid of it, I would have done the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, wings.
But all like the Pizza Hut workers that are in the thread are like, yeah, we sold out instantly. They'll probably bring it back. They just gotta like set up the warehouse infrastructure for it.
Okay.
We gotta make
I
sure
I hope they
this shit
do.
lasts this time.
They had the hot honey
That or-
boneless wings too. And I remember, so the day that I got it, I went to the Pizza Hut by me and I said, hey, I want the large hot honey pizza and I want the hot honey wings. And they said, oh, we have the pizza, but we don't have the wings. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, they didn't know anything about it. So then I had to call another Pizza Hut. My fat ass got the pizza from this Pizza Hut, then drove to another one 20 minutes away to go get the wings and then brought them both back home. I'm dedicated, bro.
Nice.
This man.
No regrets.
No regrets. Not even a letter.
Do they not have a bottle for the sauce? I think they do. Honestly, I think it's like Mike's Hot Honey or whatever they call it. Mike's, I want to say, but I should just buy some, huh? Lazy.
Couldn't be bothered.
Lazy. I
Yeah.
finally did pick up the Walmart dupe of the not the Chick-fil-A sauce, but the Raising Cane sauce.
Mm.
Have you seen that Walmart has the dupes? I picked one up. Banging, bro.
I think the
Nice.
Raising
Really
Cane
good.
and In and Out over here is about to open up soon too.
Where in Hayward?
Mm-hmm.
Oops, sorry.
Yes.
In a place.
This is all Bay, whatever. I don't care.
So pretty much, the Hagenberger locations just
I was
moved.
just about to say that.
That shit
Yep.
was the worst decision.
The idea of keeping those open when the major store there is closed was stupid.
I don't think
Like-
there's any businesses over because I know the In and Out's closed now. I think the Panda's closing over there. Like damn near every single business that was in that area is just crime. Park here to get your shit broken into. That's basically what that was.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gentlemen.
Like they're by an exit.
Let's go ahead and get this thing on started up. Cam, what language of choice are you counting down today?
You'll never know.
Oh, you bitch. So Cam's gonna count down for us to hit record, and then I'll start us off, and then yeah, we do our thing.
Hey, I've already been recording. Is that bad? I'll send the long file.
Every guest.
You probably you'll be good to delete that and then we'll start again if you can.
Okay, I'm cool with
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah. All right.
It's all good.
Stop
I love
playing
the
and start again.
preparedness.
Every guest. Every guest we've had has done that, so no worries.
It's confusing. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, when we had Seth on the super kickback, he did it too.
Love them.
It's because
Nice.
the pre-show kind of like sounds.
It feels like a
starting to
show,
sound
doesn't
like part
it?
of the episode, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like we should be recording that.
That's
I
why
mean,
you
in
gotta
a way
watch the
we are.
VODs. That's why you
In a
gotta
way
watch
we
the
are.
VODs.
Oh, why the fuck did I open?
You get the
OBS?
edited podcast and you watch the VODs. You gotta go on the YouTube.
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 My coworker was all like, "Yeah, man. After I subscribed to you guys, as soon as I opened up YouTube, I saw your VOD right there."
Good, as you should.
Nice.
It's like, "Oh yeah, dog. Did you watch it?" He did.
He didn't.
Sorry.
All right.
Ghost just opened my door. Hold on.
Hello, Ghost. It's the same ghost that was haunting Dede.
Stop.
Say his name and he'll appear. That was a wrestling joke, Darren, and if you would fucking start watching, you would have got it.
What?
All right, we ready for this young countdown?
Yes, Cam has frozen.
I'm frozen?
Yes.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're frozen.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
It looks like you're flexing.
There you go.
All right. Ready?
Sure.
Eins,
Oh,
zwei, drei.
Welcome everybody to
I'm
episode
recording.
186 of the Rusty Rupees podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Darren, and with me I have the boys. Oh no, Justin's not here and ruining my intro.
It's
We
your fault.
don't have the boy Justin. I'm keeping this in. We have Deontay.
Hey, Darren's the fuck up.
Justin's the fuck up, Cameron.
Oh, y'all like brights to the fuck up. Hello.
Jeez, here we go.
And joining us today, we have special guests to the show. Shouts out to the homie Groovy Kaiju. Aaron, what's good, bro? How you doing, man?
Yo, I'm doing good. I'm chilling, hanging out, living life. Yeah.
Appreciate you for coming on once again, bro. It was
Thank
a
you.
pleasure meeting you at your show the other month. Your show was dope. You're
Yeah.
dope.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. We
Y'all as
gonna-
well. Hell yeah.
We gonna get into it, but a little bit of housekeeping first. Remember, for anybody out there watching this live right here at youtube.com/rustyrupees or twitch.tv/rustyrupees, we appreciate you. Go ahead and hit that sub. Go ahead and hit that follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, go ahead, send us some love. We appreciate you. You can find us anywhere by looking up Rusty Rupees or Rusty Rupees with 2 Y's on Twitter, because Twitter's some who's. And you can look up the podcast anywhere by looking up Rusty Rupees. We are up to 185, not 6 like I said last week, so don't worry, I realized that mistake. But we here, and getting into today's episode, few bits of news. We got some Xbox Game Pass updates that they're switching up some pricing and all that. The new Hoyoverse game, Zenless Zone Zero, is out. Cam and Deontay have been playing that a bit, and like I said, we have a special guest with us today, so we just gonna be talking music, games, inspirations, all that jazz. And before we get into talking about the homie Aaron here, so Zenless Zone Zero, boys, you have been playing it. What y'all enjoying about it?
Go
Wanna
off,
go
Cam.
first? I was saying in the pre-show that it's scratching a few different itches for me. It's stylistic as fuck. It's very drippy. Everything looks very cool, looks very drippy. The music is very cool. The art style is cool. The characters are interesting. This is my first experience with a gacha game. I'm not a gacha game player. I know about them, but I'm not really into them.
Because you didn't
This
play
one-
either of the other two, right? Genshin or Honkai Star Rail?
No, like not even. I didn't even dabble. Like not at all.
Bet.
Not. And I don't think I've even really watched too much things about.
I don't
those
know
other games
jack
out there.
about none of them. I tried Genshin like when it first came out and was still buggy and like still fresh and new, and I was just like, I'm good, and I just didn't even pick it back up, and then it blew the hell up, and I'm like, not for me.
It's huge. I think the thing that drew me in of this game is just the style, right? Like they were very purposeful. I feel like with their trailers that they put out, because I think we were all interested in it, and then when Darren, you saw that it was like a Hoyoverse game, you were like,
yeah,
I don't know
I
what
was
to
in
do.
until I was like, oh man, another one, but yeah.
But it's very cool. It takes a lot of inspiration from Persona, from the like social aspects of it. Like you're kind of building up like relationships with different characters. You're going on different side quests. There's a few different gameplay mechanics, right? So there's the fighting mechanic where you're going in with these agents into something that they call a hollow, which is like I guess like a portal or something that's opened up. And so you're going in and fighting within those environments, but then in the overworld, you're also doing things like running a video store, right? And you have to make sure that you are putting the right videos on display so that you're generating business for your video store. And then you're earning money through that as well. And then at the same time, they have this puzzle mechanic as well. So when you are the main character is one of two people. It's a brother and a sister, and you pick one of them, and you are serving as like an operator character, kind of, and you are having to like navigate and help people through this hollow, but the way that they do it is through a puzzle mini game. And so you're having to jump between different TV screens um, to get different things, whether those are like pickups. Um, like recently, I had to like free some agents that were trapped, and I had to navigate around this puzzle board to free these agents. And then you'll jump right back into the action because you'll like run into a boss, and then that would trigger a fight. It's just really interesting. Like, and the gacha mechanics aren't shoved down your throat. Pause.
Okay.
Like 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 so much so that I had to like do additional research to even see how they worked, because it never forced you to have to even engage with that, or at least in my experience with it, I was never forced to have to engage in it. I went looking for it. But yeah, I just really like it. The music is super cool. I've unlocked, I think, 3 additional characters at this point, with the 2 that are sort of giving to you at the beginning. And I like all 5 of them as of right now. Like, I think they're all really cool.
Nice.
So, all right, my turn.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm way farther in the game than Cameron is. I've been putting down hours in this game, specifically because I was looking toward unlocking the multiplayer aspect of this game, which I'm a level 20 and I still have not done. I will say a couple of revisions. The main characters that are the operators of the game are brother and sister duo, Belle and Wise. You take control of one of them at the start of the game, but it's basically who you want to do most of your interactions as. You have dialogue options in this game, but I don't think they matter. I think it's just how sassy you want your character to be, right?
Mm.
I think that's just like the extent of it. So the TV screen mini game thing is actually a different, like, that's a core part of the game, right? So there are entire missions that depend on you doing just that part, and there are fights to be found in there. So once you encounter an enemy on the TV screen mini game thing, you will go into a battle scenario, right? And once you get further along in the game, you start accepting quests from people out in the world and stuff. A lot of them will have you do either that or just a straightforward battle scenario. I do want to say I've played a couple more varied versions of the TV hacking minigame thing, and the idea of the TV minigame thing is you're navigating a group of agents through the hollow from the outside. That's what the 2 operators are. That's like their job, is they're on the outside on their computers navigating these players through the hollow so they can safely get to the exit.
Via something called is it a bagaboo?
It's I think it's a bangbu.
Bangbu, there we go.
It's a bangbu. That's what it is. It's just the little stuffed, floppy-eared mascot they have for the game. They can control them from a distance. So you will constantly be playing this for story missions. I had to do one where we had to change the route of a train. So on the board, I had to switch the tracks, and it showed the train on a TV monitor, or a couple of TV monitors, and it showed the tracks and me rerouting it. There's another one that's kind of like a tower defense, using the screens and projectiles that you launch at enemies that are coming towards you. So it gets really creative.
There's a lot of different modes in this.
That's all within the little hacking mode. They just
that's all the same
treat it
mode.
differently.
Oh,
Right? They just do it like you'll be just traversing, trying to get to the end in one of them.
So,
You'll be.
what is like the base game? Like, what kind of game is this overall?
It's a coach game.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I know. But what I'm saying is the gameplay feels divided between that hacking minigame and the actual on-screen action you see, which is the battle. You control 3 characters, not all at the same time. You have the ability to switch them in and out, do uh, switch attacks, not necessarily combination attacks, but
It's like what serves as the game's parry system. So if you trigger a switch at the right time, right before you're about to get attacked, one of your other characters will come in, and if you follow that up with the attack button, then you will do like a switch attack.
Mm.
mhm. So I love the battle system. It's fun.
Yeah.
Um, it could just because I'm not, could be because I'm not far enough in the game with the hours that I put in. But the battles aren't long enough for me. The battle
Mhm.
segments or the battle stages are way too short. It
Mhm.
feels like as soon as I'm in, I'm out, especially considering how much padding there is in the rest of the game as far as like dialogue and cutscenes go. This is a very dialogue heavy game.
Super dialogue
Um,
heavy. I find
the
myself
fact
putting this shit on auto, so I don't have to like keep sitting there pressing X.
Yeah, the fact that I'm bouncing between this and Final Fantasy 14 right now. Yes,
Beautiful
surprise for
words.
the
Beautiful
listeners right
words.
now.
Ugh.
I am playing Final Fantasy 14. Don't make it a thing. It's weird. Um, but I'm noticing I'm spending about the same amount of time reading dialogue, but it feels different when it's a full screen and it's just the faces of characters with a dialogue box scrolling at the bottom
Mhm.
in an action game, right? It feels out of place almost having that much dialogue in the game. With that said, it's all character building. You get to know who these people are and what they think and feel like, and they have their little quirks. I already have my own favorite character, so
Billy the Kid.
I thought it would be Billy, but it's not.
Billy is so cool, bro.
Billy is
He's Deadpool. He is essentially Deadpool. I
he
fucking
is
love it.
Deadpool. No, it's I'm forgetting her name now. It's the girl with the sword.
Pink hair?
Uh,
No, she has
no, not with the pink hair, the silver hair.
the shy girl.
Yeah, the shy girl.
Oh, okay.
Because she seems like she's all business. She's like, all right, it's time to eliminate them. But then in the cutscene, and this is what won me over. She's just in the background. Da, 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 da,
Oh,
da, da,
her.
da,
Aunt,
da.
you're talking about Anbu or whatever her name is, right? Something like
Anby, that's her
that. And
name.
yeah.
Anby. She's like, what is she doing? Oh no, she's singing a theme song. She got that from a movie.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, I love her. She's great. But other than that, I feel like I'm gonna get tired of this game really fast, and that's unfortunate,
Mhm.
right? I feel like I'm gonna get tired of it before I get to the point where I want to get, just where I can play with my friends, and that's the whole reason I'm in this, is so I can play with my friends.
Mhm.
And I know
I
I can, but it's buried so deep in the game, and I
Mhm.
understand with the type of game it is. Like I played for 3 maybe 4 hours, and it's still teaching me stuff. It's still unlocking different stuff, right? So it's just taking a sweet time doing it. I'm glad it's not just front loading me with hella shit, and it's
Mhm.
explaining what this stuff is in a nice, understandable rollout. But at the same time,
Let me
even
play
in
with my
Final
friends.
Fantasy, yeah, even in Final Fantasy, I was at least able to. And shout out to Deso for bringing this up. Even before I could play with my friends, I could meet my friends,
Mhm.
right? I could at least look at you guys and be all like, "Hey, let's do a dance in the lobby or something like that."
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
see,
it's
see, I think I care less about the multiplayer experience in this game just because I'm enjoying the single player stuff as of right now. Like I haven't got to the point where I'm burnt out on the single player stuff yet. Um, and I'm not as far as you, right? I also feel like maybe it's not a game that you're supposed to like jump right in and sink multiple hours at a time into in one play session. Like maybe you jump in, you play for a while, do a few
well,
things, jump
It
back
is a
out.
mobile game too at the end
it's
of
a
the day, so it
mobile
is
it's a
kind of
mobile
that pick up
game.
and play
So
nature.
it
Yeah.
has something that the other Hoyoverse games don't have, and like one did have and got rid of, which is an energy system. So for those who aren't familiar with gacha games, some will have an energy system that kind of limits your play.
Mm.
You have to spend energy to play certain stages or the stages, the levels, and it encourages you to spend in order to refill that energy. so you can play more, and, or you're locked out for a day. Um, this has that. You haven't you haven't gotten far enough to where it's banking your energy yet,
Mm-mm.
but it will start. I noticed,
You get to a point.
like I didn't run out, but I noticed mine had depleted, and I was like, oh, interesting.
Do they call it
Here,
energy or is it stamina in this game?
I forgot what it's called.
Okay,
It's
because I think I was watching a video and they mentioned something about stamina and how you can get additional stamina by like drinking a cup of coffee every day. Um, but yeah, they also have like this social media aspect, which is really silly, but it's kind of cool at the same time. Like, so my character was going to bed, right? And it was like, oh, you should go upstairs and get some rest. And what do we do before we go to bed usually? You lie down, you go on your phone, you scroll through your socials. The character does the same thing. It's like opens up social media, goes through like the
That's
latest
funny.
social media posts and stuff. And you can also accept quests from there as well. You can respond to
Mm.
social media posts. I mean, it's pre-generated responses, so you can't just say whatever you want, right? But you'll learn about things that are happening in the world through characters in the world that are posting to social media, and then you can even pick up quests through that as well, which is pretty cool.
mm,
That's a cool game mechanic. That's hella sick.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool. I didn't think I was going to be into it this much, honestly. I figured it's free. I'll jump in, play a
mm.
little bit. But no,
That's what.
I
Yeah.
really like it.
That was the thought
Yeah,
process too. Before I streamed on Thursday, I like had downloaded it, and while I was playing Elden Ring, it was just like finished downloading. I was like, don't ignore that. Don't worry about that. What just popped up in the corner. We'll see if I get around to it. But
Yeah. All right.
that's
So your heroes, you get three heroes, which are the basically the story important group starting off, right? Aside from your two hacker characters who count outside of your heroes, um, you have to pull for everybody else. Pretty much, it's another one of those mechanics. I so far have gotten probably three other ones, maybe four.
is the currency that you use to roll easy to get, or
Uh, it's one
for
of those
me,
things
so far
where
it has been, but I don't
it
know.
will until it won't be.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
figured.
don't think you've acquired anybody. Have you actually acquired anybody else?
Yeah, I have. I've got three, I think. So I through. Are you talking about through my roles? So
Yeah.
I got some people through roles. So I got the guy, with the spiky hair. I forget his name.
Uh-huh.
Um, shit, I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. And then I have the
we
one
keep
shy girl, um,
With the chainsaw
with the
or
chainsaw.
the saw thing.
Yep. Uh huh.
Yeah, I think everybody gets her at a certain after a certain level.
Okay, I just got her. And then there's one more person that I have, and I can't remember. Oh, the pink hair girl, which I think you get her automatically as well.
She's
The boss,
automatic. Yeah.
'cause
No,
she wasn't
she's
available right
story
at the
important.
beginning. Yeah,
Well, because she has to be rolled in through the story. She was busy when you first were able to pick your people, but
yeah.
you get that team no matter what.
So I think the only character that I got through, because the chainsaw girl, I feel like I got in my inbox just randomly.
Yeah,
Um,
you get her
but
through the
the guy,
inbox.
the guy I got as part of the rolling because you get like a guaranteed A rank,
Hmm.
after a minimum of I think it was like 10 rolls or something, and that's who I ended up getting.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering when you said you had gotten three. I was like, wow, this man is really lucky. But that makes more sense. Um, yeah, it has potential. I hope it builds, right? Because it just came out and it has the potential to like explode into more shit, right? So give me what I said I wanted is more multiplayer. That's the whole reason I downloaded that game. It's like, oh, look, a game I can play with my friends.
yeah, I'm have faith
Um,
that it's gonna evolve into more. Considering how
yeah,
big
give me
Genshin and both
right.
Genshin and Honkai Star Royal
I
has
want
exploded and
raid.
still continues to do updates on both of those things. So,
I
Mhm.
want raids, baby. I want raids.
hey
The
man,
cutscenes are all interesting. They bounce between like having, like I guess like live action cutscenes or whatever, or
Or
fully animated cutscenes, and
hmm
then they'll have like comic book strips, and then they'll have just like I guess like stills of the characters, but they're like talking to one another. If that makes
hmm
sense, like side by side.
Mhm.
So they vary it. It keeps it interesting, but I'm really surprised how much of it is voiced. Like everything has dialogue to it, which is,
See,
I mean,
that's what
there's
those
some
different
reading.
styles of cutscenes allows for all that voice acting to be in there.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if it was all anime, you'd get no voices. But the fact
Man,
that
they
they're
were
able to slice them up into different interesting
they
ways.
weren't talking to those, or they weren't gonna pay them like that, man.
Mm-hmm. But
They
no,
let you
that's
preview
dope.
the other characters as well, and even try them out. Like I
Yeah,
don't remember, I can't figure out what mode I got into, but I got to try out a few of the characters as well in like a
you,
demo mode.
you can try them out from a couple of just from the stores. Honestly, there's a couple of stores where, or the event pages will let you try certain characters out. They'll have like a package and a theme, and I guess because they're supposed to be like different companies of um, heroes or whatever, and they'll show you like this is this company or this theme is ice or something like that, and they'll show ice heroes or something like that. But it's cool. Yeah, you get to try out some people you haven't played as yet. When they do that, they randomize the team, so you'll probably end up trying out like 2 or 3 people you haven't played as yet. So it
Hmm.
works out.
It's dope.
Yeah,
Like I
you have
don't know his name, but there's a bear wearing a
the
karate
bear. I
gi.
was just thinking of the bear.
He's awesome, dude.
I gotta try
Yeah,
for the
he
bear
looks
at
slick.
least.
And then you have a super meter, Darren, that you build up, and then trigger your super by hitting R2, and it's something like very flashy. It's like a very anime-esque move, and that's really cool. All the enemies have a stamina bar as well, and if you wear down their stamina bar, you can also do a switch situation there. So you can either switch to your left character with L1 or your right character with R1, and it will bring up this bar when the stamina meter has gone down. And if you push the L or the R in time, it will do like a flashy move and switch in your other character. And yeah, I mean, I can see how the combat is simple enough, but still flashy and engaging because they need to be able to for this to be able to play on mobile as well, right? So it can't be overly complex, but I
Mm-hmm.
feel like they've struck a pretty good balance.
That's dope. Okay, I'll give it a try. Aaron, have you played any of the Hoyoverse games by chance?
I have not. No. You gotta link me one. I'd be down to check it out.
Hey, Bill. I'll,
This
I'll,
is
I'll
the
send you
one.
something. Yeah,
This
Zenless
is the
Zone
one.
Zero is the newest one that just came out. Yeah, it's pretty much on everything. I'll shoot you something over. Bit.
Cool. Thank you.
But all
I
right.
saw some talk in our Discord about lack of melanin in these games.
Oh
Is that a
man,
thing? Yeah.
naturally.
Hmm.
Oh man. Again, I don't know too much about the other two games, so I haven't really paid attention, but that's sad. Hopefully this game we get some since they're taking heavily from our culture in this game. Heavily. It would be sad if we don't at least get one brown character. Come on.
I forget what
I agree with you. I
Jalen
agree with
said.
that
I
hope.
think he said he's like that's trying to get a good drop in these gotcha games, trying to get a lick of melanin in any of these characters. It's like damn, just like that's a high roll, brother. I don't know if you gonna get that one.
Yeah.
Well, Hoyoverse added melanin. See, yeah, that's a far off dream. But so get into it, Aaron, Mr. Groovy Kaiju. Tell us a little bit about yourself, sir. Welcome. What can you tell us about you, sir? What you got going on? Go
Yeah.
on. Go. The
Yeah,
show
I'm
floor
like
is yours.
Thank you. Yeah, I make a lot of like vaporwave and future funk. It's a lot, just like an internet genre. Low key. I mean, since we're all black here, I was like trying to explain. Once I was like on like a walk, and like there was this one black therapist, and I was like trying to explain vaporwave to her, and I was like, yeah, it's like '80s music, but like kind of slowed down, and like people mess with it and stuff. She's like, oh, like DJ Screw, and I was like, no, it's on the internet now. Now it's called vaporwave, and she was like, oh, okay, yeah. But so doing a lot of that, and I'm doing more of like it's called like future funk. So instead of slowing down 80s music, a lot of it's like speeding up 80s music, but not even 80s music, like anime stuff, like speeding it up, making it more housey. But I also incorporate like a lot of like hip hop into it. It's a lot of like J Dilla sounds and like DJ Screw sounds. Honestly, like I'll do a lot of pitch bending and stuff. I don't know, man. Pretty much like what I best describe it to people is just like I'm like a black nerd, dude, and I just make music and I just take all the inspiration and just like shove it into like my culture, into like this thing that's happening on the internet, this art movement really. And yeah, it's been awesome. I've been doing it for like I've been making music for over like 14 years now, so
Wow.
it's been doing it for a while. And yeah, and I've been doing Groovy Kaiju for I think this is the 10-year anniversary will be coming up in November.
Nice.
So
Congratulations.
Yeah.
10 years. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What kind of
So
music
thank
were you
you, yeah.
making before this persona?
a lot of like hip hop stuff. I was only really doing it for like 4 years, so just making beats,
Okay.
stuff like that. I still use that same or visceral persona where I'm just making beats, so I like juggle both of them. But yeah, I mean they both like caught on. They both have their waves. Like Groovy was the first thing that started like doing any type of numbers for me, and then kind of just like it hit like a ceiling a little bit, and then my visceral stuff during the pandemic because it was like lo-fi can be considered. It exploded when lo-fi exploded. So I was doing like deals with Google, doing Google like lo-fi mixes for like Google back in the day. You know what I mean?
That's
And then when the trend kind of died, then like Groovy then took back over.
Which is
you
such
know
a
what I mean? So
shame.
it's like,
Because when the trend
Yeah.
started happening, like me and my brother were already like into lo-fi shit for the most part. So we're like, there's a
Same.
lot of it
Yeah.
coming out right now. Hold on, it's kind of dope. And
Yeah.
then yeah, you notice the trail off.
yeah, I think it's what happened is that in my opinion, lo-fi is interesting because it started off as like a bunch of people trying to do like new Jabez and like Jay Dilla stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of like LA out here, we had low end theory, and that was a lot of just like experimental beats, like Flying Lotus, like stuff like that. And lo-fi came from people like trying to make that sound, but just getting started, real new Jabez influence. And I feel like as it got bigger and bigger and the numbers got wilder and wilder, people realized, oh, I'm making most of the money when people are asleep and sleeping to this. So lo-fi then became this like it stole the name, but it just slowly became like ambient music that's good to sleep to more than like what
Yeah.
originally originated it. And I think
Right.
that's what kind of killed it off because eventually people were like, this isn't interesting anymore. It's like it was no longer remarkable at that point. And not to like hate on anyone doing that. Like, yo, I have hella friends doing it and like it's working out for them. And some people do really like get deep into like the ambient chord progressions and stuff. But for my personal taste, I've kind of stayed more on like I'm just making beats, like, you know what I mean? I'm making like new Java style beats, J Dilla influence stuff. So, but yeah, so that's me pretty much. That's what I've been doing. I've just been doing music, man. Just living my life,
So
playing games here and there.
where did
Yeah.
the Groovy Kaiju persona come from? What was that inspiration? Because as a
Yeah,
logo and everything, dope.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So it started off as so I was doing all the hip hop beats, and then pretty much one of my favorite future funk artists is this guy named Saint Pepsi. And one day I was just messing around. Like my dad was a huge Whispers fan, so one day I was just playing around the Whispers sample, and I sped it up, and I was like messing around with it, and I was like, oh, like this is kind of sounds kind of good. So I was like, maybe I'll try to explore this a little bit. So my roommate, at the time, or I guess yeah, my roommate at the time, but we still hang out. Like I just saw him yesterday. I was like, yeah, I don't know what to name myself. Like I want to make this new alias, and he was like, you like Godzilla? Why not Groovy Godzilla? And I was like, that's an amazing name. So I ran with that. I went, yeah, exactly. So I went into like Photopea, and I just took like the meme deal with it glasses and put it over like a 60s Godzilla cartoon, and I was like, that's my logo. And then 10 years later, people were like, that's that shit right there. You know what I mean? So I made it in like 5 minutes, but and then I moved to Groovy Kaiju because I was like, Saint Pepsi, the person that inspired me, funnily enough, ended up getting sued by Pepsi. So I was like,
Toho is an entity. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a whole thing. So I ended up moving to Groovy Kaiju. Thankfully, from doing the name change, I actually did meet someone from Toho at some point.
Oh.
They came to one of my shows, and I was like, oh, well, time to wrap it up. But they were like, no, it's like different enough. Like, I think you'd be fine. Like they didn't work in legal, but they were like, you're probably okay. And I was like, yes. You know what I mean? So perfect.
I looked
all
it
works
up.
out.
You gotta wait another 30 years to safely change your name to Groovy Godzilla.
Yeah.
When the thing is
When it
Yeah.
becomes open domain, but you know,
Yeah.
Toho is about to be like renewed.
Yeah. Exactly.
100 years of Godzilla. You ain't getting this.
Yeah.
Or it'll be
But
like
after
one of those
thinking-
situations you can only do it in certain countries.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, so sometimes people still come to my shows and they call me Groovy Godzilla, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know
Day one.
you're
Day
an
one.
OG, yeah, the day ones, yeah. But yeah,
What's your favorite Godzilla movie?
oh, Godzilla Final Wars. It's the goofiest one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
because
feel
it's
that.
one where like the whole idea of it was like we're gonna have every monster in it, and like there's Power Rangers, but they're not Power Rangers, and the Power Rangers have to fight the kaiju's, and it's so
Bro,
ridiculous. There's like
that's
this
the
Russian
one.
dude.
That's the
Yeah,
one I told you guys about where American movie Godzilla showed up as just Zilla.
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And the lore behind Zilla is yeah, I guess Japan when they made Godzilla like the first American one, they were just like so like taken aback by how bad the original version was. They were like, "There's nothing we can say to like turn this movie in the right direction. We'll
Right.
just take the L. We'll just let them make it and take the L." So when they made Final Wars, that was kind of like an fu to that studio of like we're just gonna like in one shot you're Godzilla because our characters are so much better.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was amazing.
yeah,
I need to go and watch that. How old is that movie?
yeah.
Oh, 04.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And honestly,
So
it's
I
not
wanna
the best God. It's like turn your brain off. This is dumb Godzilla. That's why I like it.
The
It's
Fast
not a
and Furious franchise of
Right.
Godzillas.
yeah.
Okay,
Thank
I
you.
like
You
that.
know. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, where
Uh,
I say it all the time, bro. Liking bad shit is fun sometimes. Like,
Mhm.
It is, dude.
but I was gonna say, even though the first American Godzilla movie was not good, it spawned a cartoon that I absolutely loved. I loved that cartoon. I'm not even gonna lie.
Which cartoon?
Yeah.
You don't remember the Godzilla cartoon we had after the Matthew Broderick movie?
No.
Yeah, there was a short scented animated
Oh, I know what
series
you're
on
talking
it.
about,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the plot
It's on
of it
Cartoon Network.
was, you remember how at the end of the movie the eggs hatched and everything? They were like smaller ones.
Uh-huh.
A guy captured, or the government captured, and one guy trained one of them. And then as he grew up, he just ended up being like a dinosaur companion that handled threats and shit.
What?
And then they ended it, and this is why I remember this specifically. They ended it by having him go against a cyborg version of the Godzilla from the movie.
Mm.
They're
So
like,
it's
we got
like, oh,
Mechagodzilla at
Your
home.
dad is back and evil.
Oh man,
Like,
And
40 episodes.
I told you.
That's
that
longer
had
than
a pretty
expected.
decent run, right?
Yeah, that was a shit was better than the movie, dog.
From 98 to 01. Crazy.
Hell, that shitty ass movie was the very first DVD I saw.
I still got my Godzilla backpack from then. Actually,
My friend's dad was so excited. He called me over from my house on a Friday night. And he's like, "Come on, we're going to watch Godzilla." And I'm like, "Cool." I go over there and he's like setting up the stands for his surround sound shit. And he's got the cords like fucked up
Yep.
the living room because, you know, the very first surround sound system. He's hooking the shit up. So I think he spent more time watching our faces than he spent watching the movie.
I was about to
And-
pull out this backpack with just nothing but a Godzilla head just sticking out of it.
I
Nice.
used to
But,
have the
um,
hand puppet. I think they gave him out at.
Oh, the
Yeah,
was it
from Burger
Yeah.
King, I think. Yep.
Yeah.
the marketing for that was so hype for that to be just what it was, but whatever. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I went on a tangent. We were
It's
talking
all
about
good.
We went on a kaiju tangent.
a kaiju
Absolutely.
tangent,
Right. So
Yeah.
Kaiju. So, anime and video games. What are your favorites,
Yeah.
bro? Because like I said, during your set,
Oh.
Kingdom Hearts came on. I was like, oh, he's one of us. Bet.
Yeah.
He's even cooler now. Let's go.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Anime wise, especially in my music, the biggest inspiration has been Space Dandy. I don't know if you watch Space Dandy.
Mm.
Okay.
Space Dandy is so good, dude. It's ridiculous. It's like a comedy anime. It's like it's episodic. Highly recommend it. I even had my partner, my girlfriend, she had her watch the whole thing, and she was like, "This is sick." But the music in it is just like ridiculous. So that's like been probably Space Dandy. I love Demon Slayer. I like the first season of Tokyo Ghoul. That was that was a moment. Yeah.
Yep.
After that, it kind of I don't know what happened after
It ain't
that.
all
Yeah.
confusing. Nobody knows what happened.
Yeah, dude. Obviously, Dragon Ball Z. And the thing, I don't know. Yeah, every day I feel like I get an Instagram reel that confirms I'm a bigger Dragon Ball Z fan than I actually realize I am. Because like when Instagram Reels first came out, it was just everything was a Dragon Ball Z thing, and I was like, God damn it, I don't know why, but I like it though. So I, you know what I mean? But I do
mean,
like it.
We all can talk shit on Dragon Ball to the ends of the earth, but at the end of the day, can't nobody beat Goku. Goku is an inspiration to all of us, and
But even though we know
Yeah.
several people who can
shut
beat
up.
Goku,
That's not
ain't
the
nobody
point.
beat Goku.
Can't nobody beat Goku. All right, Dragon Ball
died-
is a number
died-
one at the end of the day.
He died for our sins multiple times.
I still that box
Yeah.
of Reese's Puffs with Goku still sitting in my trunk, just so it's there. God damn it.
Yeah.
Keep that
I
Goku
stood
on
like
me.
like as strong as these other anime characters may be, I ain't never stood up in my living room with my arms up trying to send them my
We all
energy.
like this. God damn it.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's anime, and then video games. I mean, Kingdom Hearts. Obviously, I played every single one. Even when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, I bought a 4K TV and a PS4 Pro because I was like, I've been waiting for this game since I was 13. You know what I mean? It's like I've been waiting for this game for so long, and then it was okay. So you know
I was about
what
to
I mean?
say, and then how was it?
Yeah, it was okay. Because the thing is that when you're 12, you're like, yeah, friendship, hell, dude, yeah. And when you're like 20 something, you're like, I mean, yeah, but like, you know, what I mean, I'm ready to see Sora like pull out the Riz or something. You know, I can't relate to this no more.
That's also like you make a good point. That's like I wonder about
Yeah.
that game. Was it us? Like from a mechanical standpoint and technical standpoint, I can have my gripes about it. Yeah, the combat was a little too floaty, whatever. But the rest of the game, was it us? Because I was thinking,
It was
like,
the
I don't want to spend my
entirety
time in
of
these
Let It
goddamn.
Go being sang. I will never let that go. Why was the entire song in the game, bro? Sora, Donald, Goofy just staring, wow. I'm like, no, this ain't it, bro.
It was at that
Yeah.
moment I had to recalibrate who this game was for in my brain. It was at that moment I was all like, oh yeah. That's why these worlds are in here. Oh yeah. It wasn't for a Disney adult. Like it was for their target audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once I settled
think-
that, I just focused more on what I was there for, which was crying my eyes out
Which
over
was
the lore
crying
that I
to
had
see my babies get back together. Absolutely.
Yeah. For the problems, I think, like everything, it's complicated. I think it's all the above. I think it is a bit of us, but the number one takeaway I had was like, this seems like a piece of art that was stuck in development for like over a decade. You know, there's just so many ideas they wanted to do, but someone eventually put their foot down and was like, I don't care anymore, just put it out. So all the ideas were like half baked. I felt like all like the cool, like, you know, CGI, like it didn't coherently do the thing it was trying to do because it couldn't, you know, it got stuck in like perfectionism loop, I think. But hey, you know, I mean, it was still good. I wouldn't recommend buying a PS4 Pro for it, but I mean,
Bro,
Yeah.
like back in my
Did
Probably
it
go back
early
in
look
time.
good on your PS4 Pro? Did it look good? 'Cause that's all that matters.
I mean,
Did it
because here's the
look
thing,
good?
I was just so caught up in the hype, I didn't stop for a second and realize, wait a minute, this is like an animated thing. It's gonna look just as good in 1080p as it's gonna look in 4K. Like Wind Waker looks just as good in 4K as it does because it's just like the art style.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yes, it looked good, but I feel like, you know, I was chasing the last 5% of like, yeah,
I will say, and not enough people say this, but I will bring this up every single time. The gummy ship segments. They
Word.
turned the most annoying part of Kingdom Hearts into probably the most fun I had had in a long time.
yeah, they really improved gummy ships. I agree with that.
That was the Star Fox game I had always wanted.
Yep.
Nintendo,
But,
pay attention. Bring the Fox back.
Yeah,
Do it right this time.
Yeah.
Goddammit. No zero.
yeah. Kingdom Hearts is a big one. I like Halo 3 a lot.
Yes.
yeah.
Talk to me about
Halo-
the Spartan.
Yeah. You know, so pretty much during the pandemic, one of my homies, like, they're also, I don't know, we just randomly were like, hey, we just both really like Halo 3 for some reason. And dude, he was ridiculous. He would go like, we'd play like, you know, like Big Team Slayer. he would go like 24-3. I was like, what are you doing, dog? Like, you can't be this good. I remember one game he went 50-1. I was like, dog.
Yeah, I would have.
Monster.
Yeah, and yeah, I was like, what is going? Yeah, it was like, yeah, he just when you give him a sniper, it was over.
I'm
It was
normally
over.
chill. I would have sent him a message. It would have contained
Yeah.
a couple of cuss words. Like, no,
Yeah,
no threats, all cuss words though.
yeah,
Might have even been
Yeah,
a compliment. Like, oh my fucking god, you bitch! Why are you so good?
yeah,
Good game though, motherfucker.
yeah.
Nah, that's amazing. I can understand. Like, I'd love a game too if I was getting hard carried like that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'm not bad. I'm good. It's just he's just ridiculous. He's just
There's just
human.
levels to this good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Halo. Played a lot of Sonic Adventure growing up. It's another thing that, like, as I've gotten older, I realized how much of an impact it had on me. You know what I mean? Kind of like the older you get, the more you realize you're more like your dad. You know what I mean? That's kind of like how I am with Sonic. The older I get, the more I'm like, oh, I'm a bigger Sonic fan than I realized. You know what I mean? There's just always, like, when you grow up with something, it's just like that's just how life was. It's kind of like Star Wars, you know? Like, you're born, you drink whatever juice out of your sippy cup, you watch all of Star Wars, and then you're a person. You know what I mean? Then you can go off and take whatever life path
Like
you
it's
want.
like a rite of passage.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a few buddies. Our theory is that people who haven't watched Star Wars at a young enough age, that's how you become a bad person. It just teaches you right and wrong from an early age. You know what I mean? So next time you see someone that's not a good person, ask them, "Have you seen Star Wars?" And they'll probably be like, "Nah." Yeah,
You
it's
kinda
like
gotta-
it's a pretty high.
Ask him which one
Yeah.
though, because I feel like if you did start with episode 1, you're also you're a bad person. Like,
Yeah.
you don't start with episode 1. I'm sorry. And I know that's
Mhm.
probably a hot take with people, but I lived through that. I lived through the day 1 opening episode 1, watching people camp out and be terrible people to other people just to hold their spots in line to watch episode 1 and come out of it and bully a child. Like, I saw all of that shit. And yes, I'm talking about poor Anakin.
And honestly, random episode 1 tangent. My second memory ever is me being in the movie theater as a kid, and when Darth Maul pulls out 2 lightsabers, my kid brain was like, "This is."
Oh, bro,
That's the
like
guy.
I had
That's
that
my
Darth Maul
dude.
costume,
That's
the
it.
double lightsaber. That was my costume for Halloween, bro. Darth Maul was the coolest shit ever. When they brought him back for Clone Wars and Rebels and all that, I was like, they brought back the coolest character in Star Wars. He didn't say shit. He didn't do anything, but he was cool.
Let me tell you the perks of being a poor kid. I know this sounds random as hell, right? So episode 1 drops. All the kids have gone to Target and Walmart and got their parents to get them these lightsabers, right? And Target and Walmart was stocked full of the blue and green lightsabers. What they did not have, for some reason, was Darth Maul's double-sided lightsaber. Now, me being a poor kid, I'm with my mom in a place called the Bargain Barrel. And we're just there shopping around, and it's like damn near off some warehouse area, right? And I'm looking through these toy bins, and what do I find? That double-sided fucking lightsaber. So I hold that shit up to mom, and I'm all like, "This is the only thing I want," and she's all like, "All right." Now, what I'm not knowing at the time is that shit didn't cost that much at all from there because it was in a really cheap thing, and my mom is all like, "Oh, look at my son. He's being frugal. Other kids always ask for these expensive items, and he just wants a toy out of the bin. He wants a toy out of the bin. He's so nice." I'm like, "Nah, you just made me the hottest kid on the playground right now. Understand? I'm about to set shit off in 2 places at once. I got both of y'all. Y'all can't handle me." So needless to say, I was accidentally hitting friends in the face a lot with that thing.
Sounds about right.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
As you should, yeah. A couple on purpose. When Jared knows who he is, Mr. Santoyo. I'm still out there.
Whole cans. Yeah.
Good shit.
It's interesting because literally with all the games that you mentioned, you're preaching to the Deontay choir. That's like,
Oh no!
like-
Every single game you mentioned is
Yeah,
100% my
everything.
shit. Everything you mentioned is 100% my shit. Halo, Sonic, Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom
So
Hearts.
I want to know, just because my love of music, I want to say it wasn't sparked by, but Sonic the Hedgehog fed into it over all the years from the first game.
Mhm.
What has, and you know this question was coming, man.
Yeah.
What are your video game inspirations, man? What sparked that? What sparked your ear and your love for video game music? Or
Yeah.
and how much of that feeds into your creation?
I mean, yeah, I mean, a lot of it feeds super into it. I guess what maybe sparked my ear for video game music, and maybe it's cheating, but I remember going to the store, going to Walmart, and being like, there's this game with this cool spiky hair kid on it, and Donald and Goofy are on the cover. Fuck
Hmm.
it, I get my game. My mom said I can get a game. I'll get this one, and then dropping and
Simple
then
and
hearing the
clean hit.
fucking simple and clean. It's just like I remember watching as a kid. I was like, I'm about to. My life is gonna change.
I agree
After I play-
1,000%, bro. You hear
You know what I
simple
mean?
and clean for the first time after dropping that disc in the PS2. Something changes within a kid that makes you go, I don't
Yeah.
hear video game music the same anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a video game
Yeah.
with Donald and Goofy on it, and
Why?
this
Yeah, I was
this
like,
this
why?
this woman is singing right now, and I don't know how to feel right now. And
Yes.
then you hear the harmony. You just hear the music at the, like, once you see the stained glass, and you're like, what is happening? Everything changes
Yeah.
from there. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I
So
think
there
after the
was-
second, Oh,
not to cut
if I-
you off, but in hearing
for it.
that song, you just sparked a memory. And I talk about pre-Tech TV G4 all the time. Before before the merger, they had the show on called Filter. And I don't know if you remember what Filter was, but they would just sometimes either show scenes or just the intros to games. And it would start off, it would show the list of all the games they were going to show that episode. And in that was Kingdom Hearts one day. And as I'm watching, it just scrolls down to Kingdom Hearts and just plays the intro, plays the full intro. And it won me. It won me. And I was like, I need this. I First off, thinking back on the idea that we had a television show that was just 30 minutes of video game intros is insane.
That's insane. Yeah.
But but
times are different.
that
That's a
was
whole
marketing
YouTube
on
video.
crack, dog. It fucking worked. Like it made me a fan. It showed me exactly what I needed, which was like the thing that opened your eyes, was the thing that drew me to that series, right? So I just thank you for sparking that memory.
Right. As soon as you
Honestly.
said it, I was
You're
like,
welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, we could talk about G4 too. I used to watch a lot of G4, but
Mhm.
to finish this topic, I think another song that was like that for me was City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2. I remember just like that snowboarding down the city street section, just something about that whole like, I don't know, I could probably replay the whole thing in my brain.
It's like,
Yeah.
why?
It's iconic. It's
That
so
moment-
iconic.
Yeah.
That moment itself is why I associate slap bass with the Blue Hedgehog to this day.
hmm
Like, I hear good slap bass, I'm like, oh, Sonic would love this.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of funny because, yeah, I'm like super into video game music. And it's just, I don't know. It's like, it's hard to describe. It's just so much of a part of me. It's like, why? I don't know. I can't even just put it to words because when it's just around you your entire life, it just becomes a part of you
Yeah.
without you having to acknowledge that it's there. So, yeah, like, I mean, another thing is too, the older I get, the more I appreciate it. Like the Knuckles raps, dude, Knuckles raps are
bro.
so hard, dude. The fucking, yeah, like Pumpkin Hill. Oh, dude.
Mhm.
So,
of course.
yeah, I'm trying to think of another game. I just, again, going back to like so much, yeah. Halo music's amazing.
Jet Set and Tony Hawk honorable
Ma-
mentions for part. Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember the Maple Story intro screen from like 2008. You know what I mean? Just like, yeah, no, just like lots of music that I could just
Yeah.
instantly hear in like 4K quality. in my
I'm like,
brain for
I'm
video
firmly
games.
in the camp of like, if you play video games and actually pay attention to soundtracks and appreciate video game music,
Mhm.
you're a little, I don't know what it is, but I feel like you're a little bit more in tune to just different music types and genres, just because there's such a wide spectrum of sounds you can get from a video game. That's not kind of like, you can tell that music will be themed to certain video games and everything like that, but there's so many different ways that that music can be taken that you just don't hear from regular music. Like soundtracks and OSTs, like, depends on what it's from. You hear like whimsy and shit like that from when you hear like a Walt Disney soundtrack. Like there's a certain vibe to it, and then you go to a video game and you're like, this, you hear one song and you're like, okay, and then jump cut 2 hours later and it's something completely different. You're like, where'd this come from? And it fits the theme and or what you're doing. And so it's like when you hear, I think that's why future funk and stuff like that kind of hits for the nerd culture so much, because they hear familiar sounds that you would hear from video games that you don't get by listening to other music.
Yeah. And to that exact point, trying to like, I 100% agree. A lot of the future funk I make too, as I've been, a lot of like being an artist is like kind of like realizing I'm at the point in my artistry, if I may, I don't have to sound cocky or anything, but I'm at the point where it's like no longer like, oh, how do I use FL Studio the right way? At this point, it's like, how do I philosophically express the emotion I'm trying to express by listening to interviews from other artists and like really digging deep into who I am as a person, to the point now when a lot of times while I'll do sampling, I'll be like, what video game song does this sample remind me of? And then just lean all the way into that. So like one of my songs, Kick It Back in Kerning City, is a reference to the Kerning City song in MapleStory. And you put the songs up side by side and then like speed up the Kerning City song, it's like eerily similar. Even though like the person whoever made that sample probably had, and it's just from like a sample pack online, probably never played MapleStory in their entire life. But because we can then recontextualize it with our own experiences, that's why I think things like future funk, because like a lot of us are just a bunch of gaming nerds that take this like the whispers and like, oh, well, like for example, the Sonic soundtrack is heavily inspired by Michael Jackson. So then when you like take Michael Jackson and lean into the Sonic influence, that's how you get stuff like future funk, and it just invokes a whole different type of nostalgia based on like, I don't know. I can go into this forever, but I think y'all get the point.
No, that from a creative standpoint, that's actually genius. It's like you're pulling not necessarily you are using samples, but they're intended as extrapolations instead of samples, and it's crazy to think about it that way, right? It's like I sampled this to sound like this.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
That's peak, especially considering there's so many times when listening to a video game song or a song in a cartoon or an anime, you get that vibe. It's like, oh, this kind of feels like this song, but not necessarily. You're kind of pulling that out of it, and I love that. Man. It's like,
thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Genius work.
Yo, thank you. Yeah. And I guess another quick example while we're on the topic is another song of mine, Orca Adventure, since we're talking about Sonic. That is literally just a reference to the Sonic Adventure when the orca chases you in the first level.
That bastard.
But yeah, the sample is actually from like a gospel church, like, we in church, yeah, Lord is the Lord. You know what I mean? Which is very like black. So bringing that from myself, but then being like, this kind of sounds like Emerald Coast. Cool. Let's put you know what I mean? Let's make like some housey J Dilla drums, and like to really get the environment there. I would think to myself, I remember the exact room I used to play my Dreamcast in, and I'd be like, what would that room sound like? So I threw in like a like a computer, because the Dreamcast has that specific whirring sound to it. I don't know if y'all noticed that. Maybe I'm just on that weird shit, but that So I tried to So I went to like, there's a website called Free Sound where it's a bunch of people who just record environment sounds, and I found someone who found their old like 90s like PC, and it sounded similar enough to the Dreamcast. I just put that throughout the entire song. If you were to crank the volume up, you could hear barely in the background there's like this small computer whirring sound, because I wanted you to feel like you were in that room playing your Dreamcast on Emerald Coast. You know what I mean?
Warm noise.
And I think that just that's
cool. And the thing is that not everyone is going to pick up on that, but the people that do, it's like
Yeah.
something sort of that's hidden in
That's a
their
little
special
Easter egg. That's a
people
little
that
wait
let
a
it-
wait a
yeah.
mother.
And even if
Yeah.
they don't, it invokes a feeling, right?
Yeah.
It invokes a feeling of just
Yeah, even
being there.
subconsciously.
Yeah. And going back to me saying earlier, like when you just, it's just like picking up on the things that we just kind of like living our lives we don't really think about. Super random. But I was at some conference and like a bunch of Dolby Audio people were there and they were working on like metaverse, like, okay, when you're in VR, what makes you feel the most immersed? And for them, they said from their like, you know, their billions of dollars of study or whatever, that in research, audio is more important than anything else when you're
Agreed.
doing VR.
I
So
agree.
getting that spatial audio correct and building that like I'm actually in this space, you have to like consider all the small things about in your day-to-day life that you hear, but you just that's just what the world sounds like, but you don't ever think about. And
Right.
yeah, so I think that's a big part of like what we're talking about too. I don't know. I'm just
Oh yeah. I remember. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I remember being a child and having stereo headphones on, not really knowing what stereo meant at the time. And there is a song that had, or it was like an interlude to some album, and it had footsteps walking from the right to the left.
Mhm.
The first time you experience that, when you notice sound going from one ear to the other, you're like,
That blew my mind. Like,
Yeah.
I was like taking my shit off and stuff, like playing it back.
Yeah.
But it's important. It's so important to have. You were very correct, and in a lot of times it's ignored in music.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
to introduce that to music does a lot to more than just the ear. Like it affects the body almost. It pulls the brain in to a moment and a
Yeah.
place. So yeah, I can
Yeah.
see why it would work in VR in the same way it works in music. It's genius work right there. Again, I sing your high praises, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate it. And speaking on that same point of like panning ear to ear, one of my favorite moments in life was I mean it's kind of sad, or it's not really sad, but one of my close buddies, she was born with like a bad ear. So she's been listening her whole life was in mono essentially. And then one day she found out she can get a surgery to fix her other ear, and she did. But it was also a trip because she was like, yeah, when you get your ear fixed, like everything's just super loud in one ear.
Yeah.
Because you know when you're a kid, things are way loud. Yeah. So I was like, has anyone sent you any music that does the panning effect? She's like, no. So I sent her like Get Lucky by Daft Punk.
Oh,
and I think there's a
yeah.
section where they like go from one ear to the other, and she was like, music's been like this my whole life. What? You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah. So it was cool. I got to be the person to see that happen, and they're like,
That's an
That's awesome.
experience. Absolutely.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
constantly having those realizations about songs that I take for granted like that when I'm like at work with only one earphone in and I listen to a song that I know, it'll start up and I'm like, wait, what the hell? Where's the
Yeah.
Oh, that was playing through. Oh, and then-
Yeah.
There's an Earth Gang song that does that, like when they're going like verse for verse, and then it like swaps ear to ear as they're going for it. I can't remember the name of the song, but like first time I heard it, I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Look at my boys.
That's the
Yeah.
same thing in my car. My little aux is a little bit janky, and I have one of those ones that they go into the aux, and then it creates like Bluetooth, like you plug it in, and so I'll
Yeah.
be playing music, and I'm like, oh, this song sounds a little bit different, or if that's the first time that I hear this song, I'm like, oh, this song's cool, and then I'll realize like, oh shit, my thing's come unlodged. I'll plug it in, and it's like a completely different song because now it's playing through both headphones instead of just one.
I had something funny happen to me with about one or two songs. This happened first time it happened was years ago. I listened to a song from this really, really shitty stereo that my aunt and uncle bought from Ross when they were in Reno, right? They
Reno
just wanted
Ross.
something to play. Right, Reno, Ross. Matter of fact, it wasn't even Reno. It was Sparks right outside of Reno.
Ooh,
So
lame now.
yeah. So I'm listening to the song on there, and I was like, wow, I love the way this song sounds. This is awesome. I got it on some good speakers. Fucking hated it.
It sounded worse,
Oh,
worse
yeah,
on the
that'll
good
happen.
speakers. Damn.
So I'm like, wow, you're awesome when I can't hear exactly what's going on.
Damn.
Yeah. So I don't want to assume what the song is, but sometimes, like, depending on the producer, especially if it's like someone from like the hood or something. Like they've
Mhm.
tested on like their '90s Honda where the speakers are blown out, and they're like, "Yo, this shit sounds sick." So some songs do sound better when you have like the shitty speaker they like mixed it on. Like for
Yeah.
some of my, I like a lot of songs with like hella bass in it. Like some of the old like '90s hip hop sounds sound way better when you play them on a blown out like blown
Yeah.
out '90s Honda because
Yeah.
it's just like it's like
This is what it was meant to be played on at the end of the day.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
exactly, yeah, yeah,
Some sounds can't be future proofed. That's for the most part. So you'll get certain
yeah,
sounds throughout the eras because the
Or
technology was made for
yeah. Or
these
just
devices. Yeah,
like with pixel art, it was created
yeah, for
with
CRTs in
Mhm.
mind.
it was created with CRTs in mind. It was created specifically to work with this. So if you change the technology, you break the formula.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
Muddy remasters.
yeah.
So how about outside of video games? What were some of your earlier influences music-wise, and what are some of your current influences music-wise?
Yeah. So, like how old we talking? Because honestly, I don't know. I always feel not even trying to like be too in my head, but honestly, like everything influences me. Like for real, for real. Like a bird could be chirping, and I'd be like, "Yo, that bird chirp was crazy." You know what I mean? Uh, but like, I don't know. Like I kind of everything. I remember like my first CD was Gorillaz, so like songs like
Okay.
Dare. Still to this day, I'm like, "Yo, Dare was that." You know what I mean? My dad used to play like lots of like my dad's like from Compton, like
Okay.
from Compton, like dirt, like Compton. So
Okay.
like I know all the words to Boys in the Hood by Eazy-E because he would play it like every Monday night. You know what I mean? So like that influences me, but also like I don't know. I used to like hang out like my buddy's parents. They're big metalheads. They would take me to concerts since I was like 13. Like my first concert was Metallica, and here I always joke to them about
Damn.
this because they were like, during this concert, at some point people were drunk and we were on this dry grass field, and this one dude was like, "I'm gonna take my shirt off and light it on fire and just throw it around the grass field." So I was 13. I was like, "I'm not trying to be here," and they were like, "No, no, no, it's fine. This happens all the time." I've been to maybe 100 concerts. That's the only concert where someone ever took off their shirt and lit it on fire. I'm like, what are you talking about? So, like rock and roll does, like Guitar Hero has a huge influence. And so yeah, it's just like everything. You know what I mean? But yeah, I couldn't pinpoint one thing because it's just like every sound I've heard in my life is and it had an influence, if that makes sense, any sense. But these days, honestly, I've been listening to a lot of like all types of stuff. Like the K Tronada album is influential. Like Pink Pantheress is a huge influence. She's like my queen right now.
She's pretty dope.
Yeah, she's hella dope. Chart like a lot of like Daria Core and Hopper Pop I'm gonna get into. So like Daria Core is wild. It's like you know I mean if I made Darren like Future Funk is like a bunch of like millennial 90s 2000s kids taking like soul songs and speeding them up. Daria Core is like well what's 20 years ago for them is like Usher and like 2000s pop music.
Yeah.
So they took that and sped it way up. So it's like Gen Z like Future Funk almost. It's wild.
Interesting. What's
Yeah,
it
I mean
called?
if you Daria Core,
Daria Core.
yeah. And it's wild. It's like, yeah, I like it a lot. It's not for everyone. You might listen to it and be like, what the heck did this guy recommend to me?
Hey, bro,
But,
whatever. Hey, I'm always down for new sounds,
Yeah.
and I'll judge accordingly.
Yeah, please. But yes, a lot of that, a lot of like hyperpop stuff. I find that super interesting.
Hyperpop
But,
is a really interesting genre.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's just it's like a satire on pop almost, you know what I mean? But like it's kind of coming full circle.
What's it called one more time?
I mean like
Daria.
Daria Core.
Daria.
Like the old cartoon Daria?
Oh, gotcha.
Is that where they're pulling the name from? It's literally from
Yeah.
that cartoon. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Oh,
Nightcore.
wow.
Nightcore is like a good example too.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So listening to a lot of that. A lot of hip hop, like lots of Kendrick. Kendrick has a big influence for sure. Especially like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Like first time I heard it, I was like, this is pretty good. But like every time I listen to it, I feel like I learn something about music, but maybe more importantly about myself every single time I listen to that album. And it was like a huge influence on like my Grooving Through the Galaxy album because a lot of like the interlude stuff was me trying to be like, how can I tell my story in a similar way to like what Kendrick's been doing with all their albums. So yeah, like I can talk forever about all types of music I like.
I love that.
How about y'all, real quick, if you don't mind? Like, what music are y'all listening to lately?
So I'm also on that K Tronada album. That as soon as it
Yeah.
dropped, I don't know if these guys saw I was dropping the audio videos in the Discord. I dropped one for Witchy, and he has another video that's like in the same setting as the Witchy video, but I forgot what it was called. It's escaping my mind right now. But
Yeah.
definitely Witchy from that was probably my pull, especially considering Childish Gambino re-released an album full of songs that I had listened to death already.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was like, oh, new Gambino. I was like, no, not new Gambino, revised Gambino. And then I got that song and I was like, screw it, new Gambino. Speaking of, he has a song called Lithonia out, Childish Gambino, and it's more
That
like
is a good one. Yeah.
alt rock style. I'm loving that. Kendrick, it's not like us, has not left my rotation, and I don't think it will for the next calendar year.
Nope.
Yep.
I talk about this a lot with I have my list up, but I talk about this a lot with Darren. Um, Going back to anime music, Tatsuya Kitani has taken over so much of my playlist just because the song "Preview of Me" from the Go Go Loser Ranger soundtrack, the intro. I fell in love with it as soon as I heard it. Went and found the full song. I watched the video, and I love the video even more. I don't know if you've seen that video yet, but if you are a Tokusatsu fan, or Power Rangers fan, you will just love the way that video is shot.
Sick.
That has led me on a long line of anime music that I'm just not gonna, bring up right now. Just songs, new, old, different stuff like that.
Deontay,
But,
Anime Now is the playlist you should be following on Spotify. It updates with the current anime season, so you'll have your rotation of the current shit, and then time
I'm not
goes on,
watching?
and then you'll start noticing, hold on, this is something new, and then it starts trailing into whatever the current anime season's opening and ending songs are, and so it's just like on a
Nice.
constant rotating cycle of just some good Japanese openings and endings.
Sick.
Yeah.
Could you post that in the Twitch chat?
I got you.
I'll subscribe to it.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to listen to it. I gotta keep up to
For
date.
real.
Right, I'm like,
That's
half of the
another
time
thing.
I don't know what the animes are, but I'm like, that's a good song, and then I'll watch something or see a preview, and I'm like, that's what that song's
it.
from. Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Big-
my latest, real quick, my latest music
go for it.
obsession. So there's a video that it went viral on TikTok, a little jingle called Dirt Man.
Oh god,
I don't know
yes,
if you've
it did.
seen or heard from it. Put
It's
a little
everywhere now.
dirt under your pillow for the Dirt Man. I'm not gonna sing it, but put a little dirt under your
into the
pillow for your
the
dirt
man.
Man, in case he comes to
In
town.
case he comes to town.
Right. This dude
Nice.
named Carter Vale makes all these little goofy ass jingles on TikTok, right? So I went through his TikTok jingles. I was like, oh, these are all goofy songs. He has a song like, everybody wants my body, wants my body. Everybody wants my body because my body's full of coins that I ate when I was a child. Right. It's like, every time I'm in town, people always say, boys walking around town like the U.S. Treasury. Bars.
Yeah.
I
Bars. Yeah.
went and listened to his actual music, and it is all very emotional, and it is not goofy. And I feel like I was tricked, but it's too late because I'm already hooked. So I'm over here listening to like very, very like contemporary songs about feelings, and now I'm missing people that I've never known and shit. And it's all the Dirt Man's fault.
Yeah.
That's been
I coincidentally never put dirt under my pillow, so I think this is what I get.
For me, it's been Tom Cardy, like comedian, musician too. Like, that's I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the quick little perception check video clip. It's like a quick little minute and a half song of just pretty much these groups playing D&D, the low rolls, and then the bard gets the gets a 20 rolls perception check, and it's a whole song about that, and it's great. And then from then I've just
Nice.
gone and listened to his other songs, like this one song he has called Red Flag, where dude's on a date with a girl and just like, oh, what's your favorite movie? Human Centipede. And it's a whole thing about that.
Oh no.
But it's great.
Yeah.
But it's so good. So he's been in my rotation now, just for those little songs. But I'm like, my release radar on Fridays, I'm just like, whatever plays. Spotify, you know my musical taste. There will be some hip hop in there. There'll be some rap. There's gonna be some anime shit. There's gonna be something goofy, like, is it these rock covers for Final Fantasy from Husky the Geek, like. I'm like, oh, a new cover for the dungeon theme for Final Fantasy Dawn Trail. Dope. Can't listen to that yet because I haven't gotten to it. But then, also just video game music in as a whole. Like, do you play Final Fantasy 14 by chance, Groovy Kaiju?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
You should try the free trial for critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy 14 with free trial up to critically acclaimed Stormblood expansion with up to level 70 for free. You should do that. But just even aside from that,
you haven't been saying it enough, Darren.
I know that wasn't as smooth as what I usually do. But case in point, Final Fantasy 14 music is always in my rotation just because Masayoshi Soken is a fucking god tier composer, and I could just listen to the songs and just be happy and just be good. I would go from expansion to expansion and be like, man, this guy is a fucking genius with this theme. Same thing for like Final Fantasy 16. The music in that is fantastic. Of course, going to Yoko Shimomura, like just all these different video game composers I could just list off. I'm like, these songs are good and they're from video games. Like the Persona soundtrack, for perfect example. Just groovy, funky. The different leitmotifs for certain songs, how they just switch up, and then if you actually play the game and know the context to where the music is coming from in that area, it's like, oh, this song's a bop, and then you learn about the story about what's going on in the game, and then you even read the title of the song, you're like, oh, this song is groovy as fuck, but also I hear why it's absolutely sad and depressing. So it's like those are just my always go-tos, and then Elden Ring has been in the rotation, so just going to those bombastic, harmonious, this orchestras of pain, and it's just like, for me, like I said, how I feel about music, I'll listen to video game soundtracks and just have certain appreciations for stuff, and then I'll play something on the radio and go, okay, like, you start hearing different sounds, in my opinion, like when you start listening to video game music to a certain degree and you start focusing on it more, you at first listen, you're like, this is a good song. Second listen, what is that in the background? Third listen, oh my god, wait a second, this song is this song, but it's changed. Like, you start picking up on different things, and so once you train your ear to just hearing those background sounds that aren't like the most prevalent things, then you start listening to other music and you're like, I hear new things about this. Like, you just intrinsically hear more the more you listen, right? So
exactly, yeah. And real quick, I forgot to mention, because you mentioned Persona's sick. I think, I know we still got one more music. I'm sorry, Cam, but
no, go ahead.
Last Persona. OST music, or not even Persona. My go-to OST to listen to, Kirby, dude. Kirby music, I feel like, is the best music. Kirby music. I want to drop Gourmet Race in the club so bad, dude.
Bro. I would lose my mind.
Oh my god,
lose my mind. I don't know if you've ever played Kirby and the Crystal Shards, but
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
good
yeah.
man. Good man. See.
Yeah.
Man.
I liked you.
Go ahead, King.
For me, I feel like I go through sort of waves where I'm like big on a kind of music for a few months,
I get that.
and then I'll sort of transition. So for a while, I was like very big on like Latin music. So I was like big on reggaeton music, dembow, salsa, a lot of like baile funk from Brazil. Like I was like very into that. now I feel like less so, and I'm listening to like a lot of African, like Afro beats. I'm a
Afrobeat.
piano.
Yeah, I'm into
Yeah,
that too.
I,
Yeah.
I'm a piano is just so hard to me. Like it's like this like perfect fusion between Afro beats and like house music,
Mm.
and it's man, it's crazy,
Hmm.
crazy. So I'd say I'm listening to a lot of that right now. And then UK drill is like a staple for me. I'm always
Yeah.
listening to UK drill.
Yeah.
Like both the harder like I'm gonna kill you UK drill, but also like the more melodic UK drill that's been coming out recently as well. That's sort of like more storytelling. So I'm super into that as well. Um, but yeah, and right now, as far as like, I guess like hip hop is concerned, or US hip hop, uh, I'm into Larry June right now. I went to
Oh
a
yeah,
Larry
they're
June
sick.
concert. Yeah, and I was just like, I knew a couple songs from him at the time, but after that show, like I'm a fan now, and I've been listening to a lot of Larry June recently as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's a bit of a mixed bag, really.
that's what's up, dude.
And holy
I think
good
having a mixed
God.
bag of music is like super helpful, just in life, honestly.
Quick sidebar. Did you speaking of American hip hop? Did you see that both that Mexican OT and Big X the Plug were on the freshman 10 this year, or the double XL freshman class this year?
I didn't. I haven't taken
I
a
did
look at
not
it.
know.
Personally, I forgot that the freshman class was a thing.
Hmm
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Yeah.
because
It hasn't
it
been
hasn't
important
been
for a
important for
while.
a while. I remember when that was like the oh yeah, these rappers are up next type, you know. And just thinking back and all the rappers who were in the freshman class, they were right at the time, you know. Fucking
Mm,
Cole was there, Kendrick was there, Rocky, Big Crit, you know, all those people, and of course some people who didn't make it. Like, remember Blue?
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I miss Blue. He probably still makes music. I
Yeah.
just haven't.
He
It just
does.
hasn't been
He
reaching
does.
me.
I
Yeah.
saw Blue and Exile perform here in San Jose like a year ago, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nice.
they still
I
both
needed
got it.
that,
Exile's
bro.
still an amazing DJ slash producer, and Blue can still rap his ass off.
That's one thing that
Yeah.
man did was rap his ass off,
Hmm
I
even
think
back
Deshaun
then.
posted a Blue album in the chat
I
earlier.
think so too.
Did he?
Yeah, Blue Los Angeles. Yeah. I added it to my listen later.
Dope.
Yeah.
Right.
Dope.
Oh
That
yeah.
was
And,
when I first moved here, really quick.
oh yeah.
One of the when my friends from out here were trying to put me up on hip hop because I never grew up listening to hip hop, right? Because I'm not from here. One of the
Mhm.
first albums that they said you need to sit down and listen to was Blue and Exile, Below the Heavens. So that's one of the first hip hop albums that I sat
Oh,
down and
nice.
listened to. Yeah.
All that does is tell me the group of friends you met when you touched down in the U.S.
Yeah.
Like that's not a diss, but it just zeroes in on exactly who you met. Like,
It's a great album.
yeah,
Man.
Yeah.
Oh
it's a
no.
great album, but I, it's like the day that is recommended to me is the day my eye wide. I know the album already, but the day somebody says you need to listen to this is the day I go, huh, okay,
Yeah.
You judge.
right.
Jid on Eminem's track Fuel was fucking gas.
I did
I
not
love
get
Jid.
far enough in the album. I got about like 8 songs in, and I was like, oh, I gotta listen to something else, dog.
I feel
gotta.
that.
Eminem, magnificent rapper, magnificent lyricist.
This
He is
was
the
that. Let
hell
me
of a
just get this
wordsmith.
out of the way. Let me just get this out. Let me just do this and be done with it. This
He's
shit.
a magnificent wordsmith. I do not believe he should be allowed to choose his own beats. And this is just me saying, like, when he's on a feature, kills it, right? When somebody else is involved and saying, hey, we're gonna go roll with this producer and then we're gonna choose these beats, magnificent. When it's Marshall saying, oh, I like the way this one sounds, okay. No, you rapped your ass off over it, but all right.
Yeah, Fuel was good. Yeah, Fuel, and Jid started off with that one, and Eminem closed it. Yeah, no, that shit was some heat.
Okay.
Him is just
good.
confused. He's never quite been able to transition from being the crazy, drugged out white boy that he was back then. He's never
You know what?
successfully
I-
really.
I'll slightly disagree
And I'm
because
like, I think so.
Recovery was fine. Recovery as an album was fine.
I thought it was garbage.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was garbage, but especially coming after like Relapse and what we had before that, and that was the one with Not Afraid and the one song you had with Lil Wayne. I forgot. It wasn't. Was it Drop the World? He had two songs with Wayne, one on both of their albums. I can't remember which one that one's in particular.
But, the
But
fact
it
that you're
also
bringing
led
up
directly
Not
into.
Afraid as the song that gives that album merit just like says a lot. It's like
It
Not
was.
Afraid.
I mean,
this is Eminem. Like when we
This is
when we
Eminem.
talk about like his older body of work, and then we take a look at Not Afraid. They don't
and
compare.
look at what we've gotten since, though.
I mean,
I mean,
Right.
being realistic, look at what we've gotten since. I'm not comparing it. That's not like the finish line of what I'm comparing things to.
yeah.
So, and I say that just also bring up Relapse was drugged out Eminem as well, and that was absolute garbage from start to finish.
Mm.
I didn't know this was gonna turn into a fucking Eminem episode. God damn it.
I just wanted to mention Fuel. That's all I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about shit else. I was like,
I'm
Jid on that
holding
song
this.
was good.
Holding this, but it goes back to what I said, and I have this issue of just saying things out of place sometimes. So when Awkwards was on the show, shout out to Akweezy.
Shout out Awkwards.
I brought up, and this was more to compliment him, but I just kind of end up dissing his friends. When I said battle rappers aren't really good at making songs, I don't believe they are. It's very rare you get that person who's a really good battle rapper and can actually get in the studio and make a song that someone would actually want to listen to, right? And I was praising him at the time because he had a song out with Method Man. I was like, I actually love that song. I like your studio work. That shit's good. Eminem has a little bit of that issue though, where he is a battle rapper in a studio, being very battle rappery, and it comes off in the music, and that can be that puts up a little bit of a wall for some listeners. So, you have to know exactly what you're looking for going into an Eminem album.
That's fair.
Yeah. Agreed.
Let him do another album with Royce. I like their shit together.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Don't.
Evil.
Yes, Bad Meets Evil was decent work. Didn't that lead into no, but that's why I brought that up. Both Bad Meets Evil and Recovery ended with full Slaughterhouse features. And you couldn't convince me at the time that Slaughterhouse wasn't the best rap group in the world.
Kind of were.
They were until they self-destructed after one album.
They were a super
Mhm.
group.
Yeah. The Slaughterhouse Cipher is still like wild to me.
God,
Down,
yes.
down,
Hot here.
down, 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 down.
It's one of those moments. It was like the Slaughterhouse Cipher and the TDE Cipher. It was like as soon as you see those people line up, you know, oh, they're just about to fucking go in. They're about to go in. Whatever's about to happen, I don't know what's about to happen, but it's about to be amazing. That's why I'm like, give us another one of those moments. BET looking at you specifically. Give us, come on, like, look at Dreamville out here looking thick right now. A Dreamville Cipher would fucking kill.
Yeah, that would be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be hard.
Bro.
Not Dreamville looking thick.
Yeah.
TDE is twice the size it was back then, damn near.
Yeah.
Somebody
So-
clip that.
Yeah,
Real
make it.
quick, do y'all watch FD Signifier on YouTube?
No.
While we're on the topic of rappers, he's like a video essayist on. He's like a black video essayist, and he just makes videos about like a little bit, mostly like culture, for lack of better words. But they're all like 2 hours long.
Mhm.
So like you have to really be a big YouTube guy. But he has a video about like the paradox of being a white rapper that I would highly recommend for a discussion with about Eminem and things, and about like his battle rap stance and like how that influences with other things and stuff like that. I don't want to spoil it for y'all.
Video
But-
essays are
oh,
my
man.
shit on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, it's okay. Yeah,
It's in
but
there.
yeah, I love FD Signifier.
It'll work.
Bet. I see a YouTube video
yeah,
that's 2.5 hours long, and I'm like, damn, sign me up.
Yeah,
A show or
So,
movie
I
that
just-
long? Couldn't be bothered.
I just think, and I bring this up all the time, and I feel like it's relevant right now just because we were talking about Eminem, and then Kendrick is still very much so in the
Damn, that's Eminem.
in the realm of being popular, right? You ever think Dr. Dre just sits back and just smiles at the fact that he has the two most dangerous rappers in hip hop?
Absolutely.
I think Dr. Dre sits back and thinks about a lot of things and is happy about it.
And it also makes me wonder, what does Anderson .Paak have up his sleeve?
Man.
He's working on a movie. He's been posting Instagram reels where he's like, a day of my life, I'm making a movie for like the
Oh,
past
man.
like, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Anderson
man.
.Paak, the work ethic is wild.
100.
Yeah,
That man
it's like
goes
my
all in.
yeah, like it's interesting because like I feel like when he broke into the industry, if you've like heard his story, he was like very much just like struggling to make things by, and then finally he got a chance, and just like he was swayed in knowledge. But yeah, he was just collaborating and working nonstop. Took a small break, and now I feel like he's back on the grind. And I'm like, dude, like I love you,
Right.
man.
I
Like,
feel
this is
like ever
crazy.
since Silk Sonic, I've been seeing his name everywhere. Just he has been.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
he's
say
like
the
the
man was grinding out for himself. Then he dipped over to Silk Sonic to help his buddy out with his casino debt. And then he
Yeah,
then went back on the solo grind like
Mhm.
right after that shit. And I was like, damn, all right.
yeah. I'll never forget. I was actually at Knowledge had like a album release party for Hood Dreams, and it was like right after Suede dropped. Like it was like very soon after, and I remember seeing him live like in like a 100 capacity venue, bringing a bunch of girls on stage, and he was super drunk.
Oh man.
And now he's Anderson .Paak.
And now he's Anderson.
Yeah.
Gotta love those
Speaking
lore
of-
stories.
of
Oh, the lore
rappers
stories are
making
great.
movies. Did you guys hear that there is a Pharrell Lego movie coming out? Has anybody
Yeah,
heard about
I
this?
heard.
That's so
Yeah,
sick.
I
Yeah.
saw the
I just
trailer.
heard about it yesterday. I was like, what?
It's like,
Yeah.
would tell a story about my life, but what if it's made entirely out of Legos?
And the clip apparently the clips are in the movie. I'm like, damn, they got these cocaine rappers in a Lego movie, bro.
That's
Mhm.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember my favorite meme was a screenshot of somebody Googling who invented cocaine and then Pusha T's picture coming up.
Not piece by piece.
That was top tier.
Yeah.
No, but
Music's
For
funny.
real, Pusha T gonna be moving Lego bricks. That's comedy.
That is comedy.
That's great.
that is
I know
great.
that.
That's top tier.
That is.
Yeah.
Also,
Dude, the
Lego
Lego
Crips is
fits in
insane.
I wonder,
Oh,
isn't
Absolutely.
what's it rated? Do you know? I
The
didn't.
Lego
'cause,
Billionaire Boys Club.
I just want I want the music to be intact. Like, it's just me. It's just me.
I think it has to be. It's Pharrell. The music will be good for sure.
I want a
Yeah.
Lego version of Move That Dope. That's exactly what I want. Just the whole video. Just him, Future, and Pusha T out there, just bricks.
Yeah.
This is just an interesting just collaboration that happened in general. Like, I know that Pharrell has given his music to a lot of, like, what is it? Trolls has been a big one. Despicable Me. Minions
Literally
and stuff.
every Despicable Me or Minions movie.
Yeah,
It
but
is all
just
his
others
music.
in general too. For him to be close to Lego and be like, "Hey,
Can't even say he's given his music to Despicable Me. He just
That just
made
makes
those soundtracks. It's like, this is specifically for this.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
This looks
Yeah.
I love that when the Lego movie was first coming out, we were all so scared, and then we're like, no, this is money.
No, they hit that. That
This
was
is
great.
money for years, and it has
Uh-huh.
been. I love it.
Just don't make me sit and listen
Just-
to Everything Is Awesome, please.
Hey, Mattel, chill out. Not everything can be a fucking movie, all right?
Facts, yeah.
Not with that attitude.
Also, not to
I mean,
change
I
the
said
subject,
that
but-
the Barbie killed, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah.
It did. And what's up?
Are we still talking about gaming news? I just feel bad. I hope.
Oh
I don't
no,
know if we
bro,
were supposed
it's
to talk about-
okay.
Okay.
It's one of those
I was just-
episodes,
it's
bro.
one of those
I'm just
weird.
I'm rambling. I'm like, am I supposed to be reporting news? I don't know.
Sir,
Look at my
special
stack of
guest,
papers. Yeah.
you have been doing your thing, and we appreciate
At Damn
everything.
Kaiju, we were supposed to be talking about video games.
Yeah.
Well, to transition off to round things
Transition
up
off.
because no, we've been having a great conversation. Thank
All
you,
right.
Aaron. We
Yes.
very much
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
We vibing, we chilling. It's all good. Because
I-
at the end of the
I
day,
know.
now it's time to be angry at video games. That's what it is now.
Nice. All right.
So,
I do get angry about video games.
nah, man. Unfortunately, that is a bi-weekly or weekly thing with us being sad about the industry that we love.
Yeah.
And so,
Womp womp.
with this news being said, so Xbox Game Pass is getting some price changes, new tiers, and I don't know how it feels about it. So, Xbox Game Pass price changes. So now, there's new tiers involved. So Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is now going to be going up to $19.99 a month. PC Game price is going to be going up to $11.99. Xbox Game Pass Core annual increases to $74.99. And then Xbox Game Pass Console will be shuttered for new users only. Current subscribers will be allowed to maintain their subscription. And a new Game Pass Standard tier launches in September. Includes back catalog, but does not include the day one games. So all these Xbox Game Pass games that they're like day one, this tier is not going to include those. And this will be priced at $14.99 a month. And this includes Xbox Live Gold, but doesn't include the cloud gaming as well. So basically, Microsoft is adding a new tier that doesn't include the perk, one of the biggest perks for Game Pass. And I feel like this is a move that wasn't part of the acquisition. They couldn't do something like this, if I'm correct, if you guys remember.
Oh yeah, wasn't there something that came up about them not be? Yeah. You're right. I remember.
Mm-hmm. So I guess them creating this new tier is their way of kind of circumnavigating this different thing where it's like, well, we have to change prices because there's a new tier bracket that doesn't include Call of Duty Day One. So, so
Honestly, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of low key. I don't want to be a Microsoft shill, but I feel like Game Pass is already wild value for what you're paying for.
absolutely.
So like them increasing the prices, like I understand, dude. There's no, it's like I can play what games at any time. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
As the Game Pass guy, pretty much.
Have Game Pass.
It's a-
too, yeah. Don't play it. all
Yeah.
the time.
it's a $3 increase, right? But it's like, what am I paying for? What am I paying this extra $3 a month for a year for?
Inflation.
I
Unfortunately.
mean, it's inflation, but also it's like the thing that we, just like you guys kind of brought up, it's the thing that we thought we weren't going to get with this acquisition, which is, day one Call of Duties and shit like that. All right.
So from the Windows Central article, so some specific details. It says soon Xbox Game Pass for console will be shuttered for new users only. Users currently on Xbox Game Pass for console will be allowed to maintain their subscription as well as day one games and the hundreds of titles in the back catalog. New users of Xbox Game Pass in the near future will be greeted by a Xbox Game Pass standard. This is more like EA Access, which include Xbox's back catalog and doesn't include day one games. This will be priced at $14.99 per month and will also include Gold for multiplayer, now known as Game Pass Core. It does include Game Pass or Xbox Cloud Gaming, and Game Pass Standard is supposedly launching in September. From September 12th, Microsoft will only allow users to stack Xbox Game Pass for console users up to 13 months. So using prepaid cards and the like, which will continue to function. If you have more than 13 months stacked already, you won't be impacted. I don't like that.
They're trying to avoid what people did when they did the switch from
PlayStation?
No, when they did the switch from Xbox Live to Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, people were able to buy 3 years of gold and have that switched over to Game Pass.
That's what happened with the PlayStation the PlayStation Plus subscription. Once they nixed the PlayStation Now and merged it with the new tiers for PlayStation, that's what they were doing. People were stacking up on the PlayStation Now, and that transitioned over into their PlayStation Plus subscription, and then they cut that off at a certain point. They're like, nope, you can't buy it no more.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty much. They're like, look, you can stack a year, a little over a year, but that's it. No.
I think what becomes interesting here is like the marketing for Xbox when they say coming day one to Game Pass.
Now it's got to be an
Marketing
asterisk on
has
that.
to change. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's on Game Pass. It's just a matter of if you can access
which
it.
Game Pass?
Right. It's like not universally on Game Pass.
Yeah. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate will not be changed, but it will get a price increase. It will still include PC Game Pass, day one games, and hundreds of games in the back catalog, as well as cloud gaming. But it's getting a price increase. The new price $19.99. PC Game Pass will also be getting an increase from $9.99 to $11.99. PC Game Pass will continue to get day one games, and then Game Pass Core gets an annual increase to $74.99 from $59.99, but it will remain at $9.99 per month. The price increases are global, and new users with recurring billing, the new prices will take effect as of September 12th. So it's just following the trend of all these subscriptions. We already got the increases from PlayStation, which still pisses me off. God, that was such a big increase.
The people, if you aren't worried about cloud gaming or day one drops, which honestly is a surprising amount of Game Pass players, then you're saving $2 here. Because you don't need Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really the only functions of Ultimate that you're missing out on if you switch to this new tier.
So for $5, it's going to be a $5 difference, because Standard's going to be $14.99 to Ultimate's $20. So
and before they were paying $17.99 for Ultimate. So if you were willing to downgrade, you were saving $2, and that is just for that specific player. And I know it seems like I'm talking to a niche group, but like I said, a surprising amount of people fit into that category. It's just a matter of them knowing, right? It's an information thing at this point, because some people are just going to assume that the top tier is the one they need.
Yeah.
And they actually don't use those functions, right?
Looking at you, Netflix.
Looking at you, Netflix. It's me right now with Netflix, honestly. I need to go.
When a day one game becomes available to everybody else, like after how long?
Ooh,
we don't know, and
that's a good question.
I'm sure that'll be determined on a game by game basis. I feel like that's going to drop like how movies do to VOD, right? It's like depending on how well or not good the game does, it's gonna close that gap for the purchase time.
Mm-hmm. Right. So Aaron, so are you an Xbox gamer, sir? Because I know, like, as what you be playing. I know you a busy boy doing all the things, but are you on PlayStation, Xbox?
I'm on Xbox. Yeah, I have a Series S.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to play Halo Infinite. Like I used to before. Yeah, like last year I'd probably play like once a week with some homies. So yeah, I'm Xboxed out. I used to be a PC guy, but then like it was funny because people swear by PC. They're more expensive, and like stuff just doesn't work. Like
Yep.
sometimes you're like, I want to play a game with friends, and like just for some reason something
Dede
doesn't
was
work.
down for like
When
2
I finally-
weeks because his stuff messed
Yeah.
up and he had to get a new RAM and CPU, all that shit. So
Yeah, exactly. And then it was funny because I like hadn't played a console for like 5 years, and I bought an Xbox, and I was like, I'm in the future.
it just works.
Whoa, and you're telling me I can do this? What? Why? You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm Team Xbox now. And in fact, the last bit of gaming news, I was really passionate about that. Was when the rumors were Xbox were gonna stop making consoles and just be a third-party publisher. I was like, you got to be kidding me! I just got back on the Xbox train.
Right.
Yep.
But
For
then they were
the-
just like, they announced it was something different.
Yeah, for the longest
Yeah.
time, like I think these acquisitions, for the longest time, I was full gung ho. Let them buy that shit. Let it happen. I
Yeah.
want to see the chaos that happens. I don't. I regret every time I said that, because acquisitions breed terminations, layoffs, studio closures, just a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
And after this acquisition, after the Activision Blizzard acquisition, like I said, we've seen layoffs, we've seen studio closures, we're getting price increases on Game Pass, different tiers being made. It's like these are all reactive moves. I see them as. It's not something that they planned for at all, and just after acquiring all of this and not knowing how to properly manage it, now they are like, okay, now we gotta seek this revenue in different in different areas. We gotta cut things back. We gotta make new tiers. Like I don't know. It's so, these moves feel fumbling to me, and they're just trying to make it work.
Yeah.
That's a bad situation.
Mm-hmm. Cause like
Yeah.
I know that we didn't hear too much from like Hellblade 2, but apparently was successful. But after the stuff with Hi-Fi Rush, I'm like, I don't trust those words anymore. This game did good. So we got their showcase from the Summer Jeff Fest, and we're all confident that the future looks good as far as their variety of what they're going to bring. But you know, just seeing announcements like this is like, what's going on, guys? Do you know what you're doing?
I mean, at the same
yeah.
time, though, we got the news that Game Pass is coming to Fire TV and Fire Stick. So now, if you have a Fire TV or a Fire Stick, you can play Xbox on it, which is, I mean, that's pretty crazy. And what was the last announcement that we got, that it was coming to Google TVs too? So that's Google and Fire TV now.
And it's
That's
already
wild.
been on Samsung and all that. So
They're making moves, bro. I mean, just the fact that before, I mean, when we went to Day of the Devs, and we saw these Samsung TVs that had Game Pass built into them, and you could just boot up a game from your TV, and we were fascinated by that. But then there was the barrier of actually having to purchase that TV, right? Now it's like, it doesn't matter what kind of TV you have, as long as you have a Fire Stick and an HDMI port, you plug that in, boom, Xbox on it.
yep.
It's a crazy thought.
Future is Game Pass and chill, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
They always said that they just want people to play however they can, and you could have Xbox in every single room of your house at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll put it on Roku's.
Right?
Roku's, dude. Yeah.
Amen.
Oh man.
Yeah,
No,
but
that's pretty dope though.
we gonna see Microsoft making moves.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I said, it wasn't too much gaming news, so that don't worry,
Okay,
bro.
cool.
It was a good. We were talking, vibing, and that's exactly what we wanted to do, bro. So
Cool.
it is all
Yeah.
good. But with that is kind of the last bit of news. So before wrapping up, gentlemen, any last things? Any last words?
I think all the rupees should drop their favorite video game soundtrack, just in case we spark inspiration for the man.
Yeah, please do.
Nier is a
video
good one.
Ooh,
Nier's
near.
a really
I
good
want
one.
to play Nier really bad.
Oh my god, it is
So
dope.
good.
Please, it'll change your life. Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually on my to playlist because I'm a big Bayonetta fan.
Oh, nice.
yes. See,
Yeah.
combat wise, yes. Everything else, no.
Mm.
Yeah, just remember when you play that game, there are several different endings. So like playthrough A and B
Yeah, I
are
heard
gonna
about
feel
that.
similar, and then once you hit playthrough C, everything changes. Your life will be changed, and you will see the world differently. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Sick.
yeah, no, Nier's one of those big ones. Persona 5 and 4 naturally up there.
Hmm.
Just all of 14 and anything Masayoshi Soken does.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think.
You'll never see it coming.
That song is about killing people.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
about jumping and killing people. It's great.
let's
hey.
not
Your
forget.
last
Let's not
surprise?
forget.
Holy shit! Oh, it's dark.
Let's not
Yeah.
forget the little known banger. I'm a sh.
Shapeshifter! Adpo's Masquerade!
That shit is funny.
Beneath the Mask. I love that song. I'll probably say Kingdom
Um,
Hearts 2 though. Like if anything,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I
Like
throw that on all the time too. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
like I can't listen to it often, but when I do go back to it, there's just like it just takes you back. And
Yeah.
then just I'll just say Final Fantasy as a whole, like
Yeah, exactly.
like
I like
Theater
Final Fantasy
Rhythm Final Bar is an amazing game specifically because it's like you have decades worth of phenomenal music from different composers, and it's just all right there just for you to play and experience. And even if you've never played the games before, just hearing these songs and you're like, this, at the end of the day, doesn't matter what you feel about the Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy music as a whole is fucking phenomenal.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, I'd have to say
Ooh, Castlevania music.
pretty odd specific picks, but these are soundtracks that have just stuck with me throughout life. Tetris Attack.
Nice. You write that
Panel
down.
upon. Yeah, so Tetris Attack, it was on the SNES. It's paneled upon if you try to find it on the virtual console right now for the Switch because it was one of those games where it had a completely different theme in Japan, and when they brought it to the US, they just slapped Mario characters on there.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it's called Tetris Attack, it has nothing to do with Tetris, and
Oh,
it is a completely different game with Yoshi's Island characters slapped on there.
yeah.
So it is a blockbuster game. It's like if you ever played Pokemon Puzzle League, it's that game.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but it is the first one. The music from that
Nice.
game, absolutely love it. From Super, not Super, from Nintendo 64, Bomberman Hero.
Oh yeah, come on. That's dude. Yes.
Man, Bomberman
Every
Hero
drum and bass
is
man
what.
starts with Bomberman Hero.
That is exactly what happened with me. I started with
Yeah.
Bomberman Hero. That just
Yeah.
flung me on in there.
I need to go check this out. You know, I'm a
Yeah.
big drum and bass fan. I didn't know
Mhm.
that Bomberman Hero.
Oh,
soundtrack
Yeah.
was drum and bass.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Fucking Pokemon Coliseum is up there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Mirror B, either that or XD Gale of Darkness. Mirror B's themes were fucking heat.
Yeah.
And Symphony of the Night, yeah, Castlevania Symphony of the Night too. Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
What's funny about Bomberman Hero is that one of my homies out in Arizona, they're like super drum and bass fan, and they were saying that like they bought the Bomberman Hero vinyl because they were like so into the soundtrack.
Oh, damn.
And yeah, the composer, she was like, she was like, yeah, I just made it in like a week. I didn't, I was playing around for the most part. I didn't know I made such like a drum and bass, like a nerdy drum and bass like album of like hidden gem
Oh, definitely.
cult classic. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But yeah.
And it's so good, and it works as an album. Oddly enough, just because a couple of repeat motifs she uses throughout a couple of songs. And the idea that it's for a game is like, okay, there's one song that was just a stage, and then it's also the credit, like an extrapolation of that very song as the credits theme. So hearing those back to back it does something to you. I believe her name is Jun Chikima.
Yeah.
But yeah, she good shit from there. I think another one, of course, Streets of Rage.
Oh, yeah,
Streets of
definitely.
Rage, specifically Streets of Rage 2. I appreciate the experimentalism with Streets of Rage 3 soundtrack, but I just couldn't vibe with it. But 1, 2, and oh my God, 4. Like I said, T Lopes, Oliver Deviere did their thing. So
And
Big
the
hearts.
Streets of Rage
Nice.
music brings
Big
back some
hearts.
good memories.
yeah, and of course, because I mentioned it in chat earlier, someone mentioned Jet Set Radio,
There
and
we go.
Here we go.
yes,
I
Jet
was about
Set
to bring
Radio
up that.
Future features the vocal stylings of one award-winning singer-songwriter, Marty James, who you might know from the group Scapegoat Wax. Hello, Allison. Hello, Allison. That was my shit. Anyway, every chance I get, I will bring up Marty James. I'm sorry, award-winning singer-songwriter Marty James. He helped write Despacito. So,
Oh,
right?
nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Man, and it's like he's had highs and lows, bro. Because it's like you've had a song in one of the most beloved games in the world. You've had lyrics written on one of the most beloved songs in the world, and you've also had a song that appeared in Street Fighter: Legend of Chun-Li. So you've been all over.
Yeah.
That's my bro, though. He's hella cool. Um, But yeah, I just wanted to do the gag. I wanted to do the bit before we ended the episode. That's all.
And now one last thing before we
Nice.
end the episode. Groovy Kaiju.
Yeah.
What would you rather?
It's been a while since we've done this.
Damn. Okay.
So would you rather fight 5 dolphins or
was
an
4.
orca with something like a knife?
Yeah, you only have something like a knife to defend yourself. We're not being descriptive on your item to defend yourself.
Okay.
Something like a knife.
Yeah.
What would you?
Oh, out of those two, dolphins. I thought there was another. I thought it was a
Oh, no,
pack of
it's-
5 dolphins and an orca.
No,
it's-
I'm going.
it's
I'm going
or the
dolphins.
orca. Yeah.
Doing dolphins?
Yeah, dolphins. And yeah, I'd rather fight 5 dolphins. An orca would, dude. They're brutal, dude. They're like,
Somebody's
yeah.
seen Blackfish.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're brutal, dude. Yeah. The dolphins is not gonna be fun, but like, I feel like I at least have a chance with the dolphins. You know what I mean? The orca, dude, no way.
Water tank.
You know what
as-
sucks
or
about
surrounding fish. Mm-mm.
You know what sucks about both of those? They're smart.
Yeah.
And not only are they smart, they're dicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're orcas fucking
Free Willy ain't shit. I don't care.
No, orcas play catch with seals, dog. They play catch. Why? Why are you
Yeah.
batting them around like that? And then they'll like scare them on the ice just to fuck with them, and then they kill them. Like,
It's
And
okay,
then-
seals do it back. Have you seen the videos of seals like doing that with penguins and shit, like throwing them up into the air and just killing for fun? Leopard seals specifically.
Yeah.
Leopard seals.
seals.
Ah, okay. Got it. Cool. Had to ask. It's always a thing now. So.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
But for
Going 5
sure.
dolphins.
But anyway, everybody, with that, we will close out this episode. Aaron, thank you for coming on with us. We appreciate you, dog.
Thank you for having me.
No, it was a great
Yeah,
conversation.
I had a blast. Thank you so much.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. Anytime, and we'll definitely have you back on again.
Mhm.
Next
For sure,
time you
yeah.
you have a show out here, you goddamn it, you let us know. We
Oh yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
show up.
for sure.
make sure
Yeah.
the whole squad comes through. But
that's
with
gonna be
that,
me. If you hear that, that's me.
Stupid.
All right, for sure.
Remember, everybody, you can follow us anywhere at Rusty Rupees or Rusty Rupees with 2 Y's on Twitter, because Twitter's some who's.
Cause I guess I
Dang.
gotta do it. 'cause
Yeah, I'm
Justin
like,
ain't here.
and Cam was late. Ruined that.
It's just
Mm.
dry.
I wasn't late. I said it right after.
I didn't hear
think
shit.
there must be some
Anyway.
lag. I said
Did
it.
you whisper it?
I said it quietly, but it was like high pitched and quiet.
Did you
I wanted it
feel
to
like
sound
you were gonna?
The
offend
roof!
someone?
No, I wanted it
The
to
groove
be
is
extra
ruined.
creepy.
I
I was like,
oh.
who's?
You can follow me anywhere at XXShadowKamiXX. Deontay. Ooh, I was about to mess up.
Follow me at 13 Cross. Spell it out. Don't be lazy.
Cameron.
Fly Richie, IE, no Y, hashtag indie watch.
Aaron, Groovy Kaiju. Where can the fine people out there find you, your music, all that
The
jazz
eas-
at?
Easiest place, groovykaiju.com, dude. I'll have my Instagram. It'll have everything.
Bet. Check
I'll have
him
my
out.
music, all of it.
Support the homie. We appreciate him. We appreciate all of you out there who's been with us. And until next time, everybody, stay resty. Okay, bye.
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 All right. In
And
that
you can stop
recording,
your recording.
y'all.
Cool.
And I'll shoot you over our email, and then more than likely you would have to drop it through Drive more than Rakery. Because the files be big.
What episode was this, actually?
186 actually.
Sick. Where did I save it at?
That ain't stupid. He said it in subtitles.
Yeah.
Yup. Good shit.
Speaking
Thank
of
you, everybody
subtitles.
out here.
Are we
I
still
got the-
streaming?
Oh, we still here
Yeah,
for
we're
right
still
now.
streaming,
Yeah, we
yeah.
gonna end that in a second, dude. But yeah, so for
All right,
right
cool.
now, yeah. I'm like, you could end the recording. We just talking amongst ourselves now. Hi. Oh, also,
Yeah.
Digital Devils Saga 1 and 2 soundtracks have been added to streaming services. Hey,
Nice.
I haven't heard them. So let's see if they fucking do. It's probably just dark. Those games were not happy back in the day
No, they weren't.
until P3. God, I need to play Persona 3 as well. That's what else I need to play.
Yeah.
Too many big RPGs.
Definitely.
But Aaron, once again,
Yeah.
thanks, bro. Appreciate you for
Yeah,
coming
of course. Thanks
through,
for having
dog.
me.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
This was a blast.
Man,
dog.
if you got
It was
free,
good to chat with y'all. Yeah.
if you got free time throughout, remember we stream right here every day. Twitch.tv/FreshRupees. Come on through for one of these community Mondays we be doing sometimes. I don't know what we'll be playing
Cool.
tomorrow. Maybe Jackbox. I'm thinking maybe Jackbox. So just
Yeah.
come through if you have time. Just shoot the shit, have fun with our chaos. But yeah,
For sure. Yeah,
Alright.
I actually just quit my job on Monday, so I'm on my 2 weeks right now, and then after that I should be a lot more free. So
Hey, bro.
we'll
And
see.
also,
Yeah.
follow the dream. Follow the dream. You are doing your thing.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm trying, dude. We're all alright. Yeah.
Alright, That's all we trying to do, man. We just trying to
All
do
we
the damn
do.
thing.
Yeah.
A video about the Streets of Rage boss music just came on my timeline.
Oh, see, they heard
Sick.
Yeah.
you. But all right, everybody. But we gonna go ahead and call this old streamy stream. We gonna send this over to the homie Persephoroth. We go ahead, send her some love. She's gonna be streaming some Dragon Age Origins. Gone. Shout outs to the
Nice.
homie. And we will catch you guys tomorrow for Community Day. And until next time, everybody, stay rusty. Okay, peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Shana.
Bye.